to the Southern Centre Grasstrack Riders Association's second meeting of the season, a charity meeting in aid of the Naomi Hospice, and we're down in the pits to talk to a few of the riders before the race action starts. And first of all, we got Jack Meredith here from Herefordshire, and you've just come back in from practice, it looks like. All gone well out there?
Yeah, it went well out there. It's quite a lot of loose grass out there at the moment, and some nasty humps down on the bottom bend.
Really?
Yeah, it throws you out wide quite a bit. It seems a fast track later on, I think.
So I've just been watching a bit of the practice going around there. It does look very, very quick indeed. Is it your sort of track?
Yeah, I prefer probably slightly smaller tracks than that, but I do feel comfortable around there because it's big bends and you feel safe going around there. So,
of course, when your dad was racing, it was there were some real small tracks up there in Herefordshire, even smaller than you've probably ever seen.
Yeah, there was. They still get the odd few small tracks. Peter Church Show up to last season had quite a small track, and it suited me quite well. But they got some good tracks coming up there now, some bigger ones. Probably not quite as big as this, but they're getting there.
Now, Jack, you're still eligible, I believe, for the Under-21 Championship at Roseminnis later on in the season. Well, now that is an absolute massive track. How do you feel on that one?
Yeah, I must admit, I do prefer that sort of track than this size track. It's even though it is massive, but it's such a good atmosphere around there, and it is quite a rough track, Roseminnis, but it is comfortable to ride.
Of course, you've got the right person to help with the motors. Your dad, experienced not only as a racer but also with bikes as well.
Yeah, that's it. We got DNR in Hereford who service our engines for us, and we got this year we got in contact with Regio over in Holland, and he's doing some engines for us. And I suit to the GMs more than the Jawas really this season. Feel more comfortable on them. So,
any ambitions on the Grasstrack scene for the future?
Yeah, just keep on doing. I want to go abroad and do some long tracks, and take it from there. Really, see how it goes.
Well, you've probably got a few contacts through Tony Stark there, because Tony's been racing on the continent quite a bit. You probably know quite a few of the promoters and organisers over there.
Yeah, he went to Holland a lot. Dad went with him last year when he went over there. I think it was a week before this meeting. I think he went over there. So he's introduced Dad to a few people over there. So we might go to Holland. But we went to Shawarma last July. I think it was this time last year, just to have a look with Marty Williams, see how that was, and we met some people out there. So any luck.
Well, we'll have to hope that you don't get too successful on the continent, because obviously we won't see you on the British Grasstrack so much, and obviously we don't want you deserting our British Grasstrack.
No fear of that. I'll be still around here, so got to do the club meetings as much as the big ones.
Fantastic. Well, you have a great day, and we'll see you on the racetrack.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Thank you. From talking to a solo, we've now got Sidecar Boys 500 sidecars, and we got Scott Francis and Paul Fisher, and well, Scott, we've just been heard off screen that you were involved in a bit of a race crash last week. Is that right?
Oh, just a little one.
What happened? Because I wasn't actually there.
I don't know. Ask Brian. Mr. Canning. I don't know.
So you and Brian Canning came together, did you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we come off worse.
Well, you obviously look okay.
I am now, but I was a bit sore Monday.
You both crashed out, did you? Paul?
Yeah, both of us. Yeah.
So what actually happened? They just caught your wheel and
I don't know. Without seeing the video, I don't know. We just went over a few times, and that was it. It was curtains. Yeah.
Now you're the reigning South Western Centre champions as well, and so you're making quite rapid progress since you started. It's only a couple of seasons, isn't it?
That's our second season.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going well. Well, it was until this year anyway. But now we're trying, plugging away.
This year, and
yeah, just brand new bike.
So when you came into Grasstrack, what made you choose 500 sidecars? Because most of the boys up your way, Worcester, Herefordshire, tend to go solos.
Well, we come from road racing originally, sidecar Formula 2, and I had to go with solo. Had a season on it. I spent more time on me bum like, and I saw this for sale, and we bought it.
Right.
And not looked back yet.
And Paul, how did you end up as a passenger? You knew him from the past?
Yeah, I used to race him on the Formula 2s, and then
you raced road racing as well?
Yeah, and then went on to there, and then.
Tell me, obviously racing Formula 2 sidecars on the tarmac, very high speeds. Here you've got to obviously wind it on and use the throttle both ways, otherwise you're obviously going to crash.
Yeah.
How did you find it when you sort of took up Grasstrack from road racing? What was the biggest sort of culture shock, really?
No brakes. No, it took a while. It took a couple of races to get your head round it, turn on the back end to get around that corner, but No, it was good. They're all friendly bunch of 500 sidecars.
You never found that you were going actually back to do something you shouldn't do? Like,
No, not at all.
Like put the brakes on, or with no brakes, but obviously...
Well, we did it first, yeah. We shut the throttle off once and the bike went round in the inside field.
Oh, right.
And we turned it over, but no, it's good.
Quite a few of the Grasstrack boys actually go the other way and go to sidecar road racing, but so it's quite unique
Yeah.
that you've actually come the other way.
Yeah, we come back as well, yeah.
More money, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is really it's a cheap sport, we thought when we started.
Yes.
Then we bought a brand new bike and everything just added up, and it's a lot of money now, but it's good fun.
A few people help us, didn't
Yeah.
they? John Meredith,
Mr.
and
Meredith.
he helps us a lot, and a few other people, so it's going all right at the moment.
Cost-wise, road racing I thought was always quite a lot more costly with entry fees, etc.
Entry fees about £120 now for F2.
£120.
Yeah, that's just a normal airfield
races
meeting.
and a practice.
Airfield meeting, that is, North Gloss.
And they're about £30 here, aren't they?
Yeah, £28, which is great.
Oh, what a difference. So people that actually say that the entry fees are going up with Grasstrack,
Oh, no,
if they compare with other disciplines,
yeah.
it's quite good, quite cheap sport.
This is a gift. This is real cheap sport. Good fun.
So is Brian Canning here today?
No,
Oh, right.
unfortunately not, no.
So who's your main opposition today then?
Oh, no, they're all good, aren't they, really? Everyone's good. Mike, Old Man Reezy, Scotty Dunn, they're all good.
So we should see some good action.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully today.
Fantastic. And what about the South Western Centre Championship? Are you going to try and retain that?
I don't know, we had the first meeting, we turned it over in the first meeting, so we'll try.
I suppose the problem is next time it's going to be difficult because this meeting and Bridgewater same day. That's going to be a tough one.
But yeah, we just see what happens.
Yeah, 'cause if you miss too many rounds, you won't win that title.
that's
but of course,
right,
if you miss this one, you might miss getting the
Yeah,
South
that's
Southern
right.
Centre title. So it must be a difficult decision for you.
Yeah, we just see what happens.
Brilliant. Well, have a great day.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the racetrack.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, we go back to the solos now. We got Phil Vance here, and Phil, you've certainly made a comeback this last couple of seasons. You've really been turning it on. You obviously had a couple of tumbles as well in there, but you're still
I've had all
going
sorts.
strong.
Yeah,
You enjoying the racing since you come back?
very much. Yeah, really am. Yeah, I think I'm enjoying it more now than when I was actually riding before. So
Yeah, because when you were riding before, you were doubling up, weren't you? You were doing
Yeah,
the
I was doing
speedway
both,
with Reading, Wimbledon, etc.
Yep.
And doing Grasstrack, and
Yep.
now purely just Grasstrack, and just
Yeah.
a 500cc class as well, isn't it?
that's all. Yeah, I couldn't manage two classes, but no, I mean I'm some sort of self-entered as well. Whereas before you got people that have got an interest in it as well, so it's a lot of pressure. Whereas now, just riding for myself, which is no pressure at all, which is the best way to be, I think.
And I think you bounced off a couple of times. Is it Bristol earlier this year? Was it you went down
Yeah,
somewhere? I saw you go
Complete
down.
write-off. So I've got a complete new setup now. So it's set
Well, the
back.
bike actually got
frame,
smacked.
everything was just complete
That's right,
write-off.
because I think I said on the mic that you can go back in the rerun, but then I saw your bike being carried
Yeah,
off.
it was facing the wrong way. Yeah.
You weren't being carried off, but the bike was.
No, but no, it wasn't in a. When we took it all to bits, it was just complete right off the frame anyway. So,
And of course, you're very keen now because I see you in the Wessex Centre, Southern Centre, South Western
Yep.
Centre. You certainly get around.
Yeah, well, I always enjoyed riding those centres anyway when I rode before, and I think the tracks are still just as good when I used to ride that way. So I tend to stick to that.
Are you a big track man or
Very much.
small track?
Same on speedway. I always used to like the big track. I much prefer it. So
What made you pick Wimbledon to race then? Because Wimbledon's a small
ended
track.
up there. I don't know why I ever went there. I don't know. Even Rye House I rode there as well. So
Oh, that's a tiny one.
that was even smaller. Yeah, but Exeter I rode and those sort of tracks, and Leicester, the Kings Lynn, all big tracks. Much more
Do you
sort
follow Speedway still, or?
of- Yeah, I go to Reading quite regularly.
Of course, I've seen you there.
Yeah, I've seen you down there.
That's right.
Yeah.
And any ambitions, and how long do you want to stay on racing now?
Oh, at least another couple of seasons yet, and just to consolidate what I'm doing really, and just stay with it, being consistent. I think is the main thing.
How old are you now?
42.
Oh, you've got years to go to catch up Adrian Kessel.
Oh,
He's still racing.
Long way, me, yeah.
I think he's nearly 18. He's still racing,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you've probably got 40 years racing left in you.
At least.
Brilliant. Have a great day.
Thank you.
See you on the track.
Cheers. Thanks,
Cheers.
Dave. Cheers.
Right, well, we now got another 500 sidecar competitor. This is Pete Langren, and for a commentator, probably one of the most exciting drivers there is on the scene, because you usually manage to tumble somewhere or another, don't you?
Quite true. In fact, I spun it in practice just now.
So what happened? Just overslide?
Yeah, I think the passenger went over too quick and was facing the wrong way, basically.
Now it's down here on this track that I seem to think you tumbled a few times, isn't it? Because I don't come down here that often, but I always seem to remember your epic sort of tumbles.
Well, I've had a couple, but I think the worst one I had was Somerton a couple of years ago when I broke my collarbone and ribs trying to go round Keith Richards, and then of course last year when my front wheel decided to go the other way, which I think that's on a video somewhere. And then at the European Championships, when someone decided to sunbathe in front of me, and I ran over him.
Oh dear, did he get hurt?
No, it was, I don't know if he's riding this year, it was, I can't remember. It was.
That's probably why he's not riding then.
Yeah, it might be, yeah. Well, nothing I could do, matey on the inside, punting him in front of me, and he was just laying there, and I had nowhere to go, like.
Now you're a pub landlord,
Yeah.
somewhere near here, isn't it?
In Romsey, Tudor Rose, Romsey.
Now, have you managed to get all the customers converted to Grasstrack racing
Oh
yet?
yeah, sometimes a few of them come up and watch. So, and I've donated a bottle of wine for the fastest 500 chair.
Right.
So,
Do you have a check?
I won't get it. I should have done it for the most spectacular crash, and I could have took it back again.
Very good. And do you get many of the Grasstrack boys come to your pub? Yeah.
Yeah, a few. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, a few of the local boys come in every now and then.
Now you used to ride solos, didn't you?
Years ago. Yeah.
Classic solos, wasn't it?
Well, that's how I got back into it. I did my old Jap up, and when I was a lad, back in the late 70s and early 80s, I had an old Jap and used to ride the old solo.
I thought you rode
Luke
later. Yeah, I thought you rode later than that. I thought it was in the 90s.
Yeah, I did. That's when I first got back into it in the 90s.
What made you go to freewheels?
It was my daughter, really, my first passenger. She wanted to have a go at it. I had a road bike, and she'd always overlean me, you know. I used to chuck it in and she'd overlean me. I said, "You'd make a good passenger," and that's how it started.
And so did you find it a bit of a culture shock when you suddenly went from solo to sidecar racing?
Well, I thought with the extra wheel they'd be more stable, but they're definitely not.
So did you get out much these days? Because obviously running a pub must be difficult to race.
I haven't raced much this year now. I think it's my third or fourth one. So
Have you got a lot of staff there?
no, just me, the wife, and my two daughters.
What happens if you get injured?
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
the man about the house, you know, changing barrels. I should imagine these barrels are not.
Well, last year when I hurt myself, some of my customers are very helpful. They put the barrels out for me, and
I can imagine
I'm wobbling about for a while.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, I'm sure that you won't crash. I'm only jesting with you, and it's good to see you on the 500 sidecars again, and great to see you here.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much, Pete.
Bye.
Well, we've spoken to some drivers. Now we got a passenger, Gareth Beminster, who actually passengers on 1000cc sidecars and 500 sidecars. Very versatile guy. But of course, last night celebrating his 21st birthday, the sidecars at the Isle of Wight, and we look very bright today, I must say.
Yeah, brighter than I thought I might be. It was a really good night last night, coming third. We changed bikes because we weren't getting on with the other one, and it seemed to work well because we were riding pretty good, better than we have been doing anyway. So
how do you find the difference? You suddenly, you jump off the speedway bike, it's quite a smooth track, coming to a grass track, but obviously a bit rougher. Do you find much difference? How do you approach it as a passenger?
I don't know how I approach it really. It was a bit of a shock this morning because we've come, and obviously after doing the speedway, come onto this, and there's a few big bumps out there, so it's like going into the bends, like we're a bit like this and sideways and things. So but coming to approach it, you just approach it as any normal meeting really.
So you're on thousands today, aren't you?
Thousands today, yeah. I've given up the 500s.
Have you?
As far as I can help it, yeah.
Why?
Well, if I get asked by the right people, then I find it hard to say no.
But the 500 sidecars, 1000cc sidecars, what could you tell me? I've never raced a sidecar or been even a solo. What could you tell me the difference is being a passenger for a 500 sidecar to 1000?
There's a lot. It's a totally different ball game, I think, because they're a totally different style of passengering. The 500 sidecars, I was just getting beaten to pieces, really. Like, I've still got a bruise on my hip from riding 500 sidecars, and that was 2 years ago. And the 1000s, you got that suspension, and it's a bit more. You feel a bit more in control of the bike, I suppose, because you're going down and you're steering the bike, as opposed to 500s where the driver's going down.
It'd be interesting. I'm not sure which is the fastest. I mean, they have had time trials in the fast, in the past going against the clock. What would you say is the quickest?
I think it depends on the track, really. I think today, the 500s will be quicker because the bends are so long, whereas the 1000s have to scrub off so much speed going in because they've got so much horsepower, whereas the 500s can tend to ride round and keep it on, So I think it'll be quicker here, the 500.
Now you're on Phil Sims today.
Yeah.
Is that going to be permanently or just temporary?
That's just his passenger hurt himself. He's hurt his wrist. So I said, Phil rang me up and said, "You're not doing nothing." And I was down seeing my dad anyway, so I said, "Yeah, why not?"
You must be actually been on more sidecars than the average person, because I seem to see you pop up with a different driver at many different tracks over the last few years.
Oh, it's getting bad actually. I've become a bit of a slut. But I'm trying to sort of concentrate on only John on the speedway and Darren Wilson on the grass. But then somebody like Phil, he's safe as houses. I'm never going to get hurt on the back of Phil. Touch wood. So it's like, so you just go for it really. Try and get as much experience as I can, because in a few years I'll have a career, I'll have children, and won't be able to do it then.
Well, some of these other guys are.
Yeah, but a lot of them do manual work, whereas I'm no good with manual work. I have to teach, and they don't like people racing bikes when you want to be a teacher.
Is that what you're doing? Is it you're studying?
Got 1 year left, and then I'm fully fledged primary school teacher.
Oh, terrific. Well, I can imagine you'll be good at that. I should imagine the kids would love to see you do what you did last night with John Hiscock, because you made that night, didn't you? Coming from the back.
Yeah, we haven't cracked the gate in yet. I don't know if it's something I'm doing, because I haven't ridden speedway that much, but it tends to sort of spin too far off the gate, and that's no good, because on the speedway, if you're at the back in the first bend, you're at the back for the rest of the race.
Well, how you come from the back last night, for viewers watching this, I can tell you that John Hiscock and Gareth came from the back. I think it was the semi and the final,
Yeah.
and it was just unbelievable the way you caught up the drivers in front of you and overtook them, and it really did look good.
Thank you. Yeah, we were. I was giving him a lot of, shouting a lot. Go on, John, and he did it. Couldn't believe it.
And of course, young and old there, because he must be getting on a bit now, isn't he, John?
Yeah, he's 50 something.
So 30 years difference.
Yeah, quite a big difference.
Well, enjoy. I'm sure you're going to carry on with your celebrations for your 21st birthday today. So, enjoy the rest of your celebrations, and good luck on the racetrack.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. What we got now, we got another sidecar outfit, and this is the 1000cc sidecars, and this is Fred and John Skinner from the Midlands. And I haven't seen much of you. Tell me about your career, Fred.
Well, I did a little bit of solo grass track racing in the early 60s, and found that I couldn't really afford, after about 2 seasons I found that I couldn't really afford to do it, and I packed up and went stock car racing, and I was stock car racing until 1996.
Where's that, Worcester? Just down the road from you?
No, travelled about all over Brisker Formula 1 stock.
Oh, it's top stuff, big stuff.
Yeah, and I packed that up in 1996, and I've always fancied to go at the 1000cc sidecars. So this was the ex-foreman's, Ray and Len foreman's outfit, and we heard that it was for sale, so I went and purchased that. And
taken the 149 off.
Yeah,
the number 149, I think it was.
yeah, and well, we've been enjoying it so far, haven't we? So.
And how did you get into it, John?
Well, my dad's crazy idea. I think all these years of racing has obviously disturbed him mentally, and I thought I'd join in with the fun. So yeah.
Does he race a sidecar like he raced a stock car?
No, I think you have to back off a bit with these.
Because there's not quite so much protection when you run into the vehicles, is there?
No. It's
try not to contact anybody in this. It does, unfortunately, it does happen.
It's the closest thing I've come to, actually, to the stock cars.
Right. Did you do stock cars?
Yeah. Only briefly, but I've had to go on the grass cars as well. But yeah, this is the biggest buzz so far.
Brilliant. Well, of course, when you were racing solos back in the 60s, you could have raced every week without even coming down to the Southern Centre, because obviously Coventry, the Antelope Club, you had Leamington, Evesham.
Lots of tracks in the Midlands. I can remember Austin Cresswell very, very well.
Oh, fantastic champion there. Used to ride number 200, yeah. I never saw him race. I just missed him by a year.
Yeah.
But they tell me if he was racing and a rider fell in front of him, he could literally, he was so strong, he could lift the bike up and just ride over the top without touching the person.
Can remember some fantastic racing, but like I said, I couldn't really afford it in those days. It was it was quite expensive. So
we don't see that much of you on the grass tracks these days, do you?
Well, I tried to keep local, but still haven't got too many meetings around locally. So we've been travelling. We've just started to travel quite a bit. We were at Ugly and up the other side of Ipswich, which is quite a long way.
It is for Bromsgrove.
Yeah, Bromsgrove. Yeah, and John's from Redditch, just down the road. So.
They had a grass track club as well back in your days, Redditch.
Yeah. And I was in the Alcester Motorcycle Club when I was a youngster. So we're enjoying it.
Well, have a great day, and nice to talk to you for the first time.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Well, up from the southeast of England, we've now got Bradley Kite, and Bradley, looks like you've been out practicing. What's it like out there?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a nice sized track. It's a bit wavy, but I'm sure it should make for a good day's racing.
How does it compare with the tracks down in the southeast, like Maidstone and Frittenden, etc.?
Right, you always get a lot of grass up this way.
Right.
For some reason, the grass is like really shiny in practice, so you can.
If we get a lot of rain.
Never really tell what racing's going to be like, but.
Well, the 1000cc sidecars, I suppose by the time you go out to race, the track could actually change completely, because obviously they'll be going out practicing, ripping that grass off, won't they?
Yeah, that's why I try and leave it as late as I can in practice to either go, so then you roughly know what your first race is going to be like. But the track could change so much during the course of the day, it's hard to tell now what it's going to be like. So.
Who's your main opposition today then?
Martin Sturgeon, I suppose, and all that lot.
Yeah, so some fellow Kent riders.
Yeah, most people, we've got quite a few guns here today.
Yeah, because you've got some guys, Martin Williamson up our way up
Tim
the West
Nobes.
Country. Yeah, that's right. Tim's a very spectacular rider to watch. So what's he like to race against?
He's alright, at least you know he's going to turn if he's underneath you, don't you?
Very good. Of course, who's the other one that rides like that? Lewis Denham a bit, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, but he's not here today, is he?
No, I haven't seen him, no. So you're looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm up for it, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, we'll see.
Give it 110, I suppose.
Fantastic. We'll see you on the racetrack.
Awesome.
You did a bit of speedway for a while, didn't you?
Yeah.
But you've stopped now completely, have you?
Yeah, I just thought I'd concentrate on the grass, really. It's hard to try and do both. It's just too lots of money all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Have you got some good sponsors?
No, just me and my dad.
Just your dad, rich dad.
No, rich me.
Brilliant. Great to talk to you and great to see you down here.
See you later.
Cheers,
Bye.
Bradley. Bye. Well, we now got Will Tustin, and it's a wonder you didn't hear what was going on off screen, because he's talking about throwing a banana skin at one of his opposition. But Will, third place in the British Championship last week, and I think you did very well in the National ACU one as well. So you must be on cloud nine.
Yeah, it's been a good comeback. Somebody said it was April. I said, well, my April starts in June these times because I need the weather to warm. But yeah, I was very impressed. I wanted to get, my goal was to get on the podium at Liverpool, and I succeeded in that, but wasn't really race fit, but it was very good. David Hammond and Alex is very, very fast. Last week...
You beat him. You beat Dave last week.
Yeah.
Double British champion, you beat him.
Yeah. But he's a very quick rider and he's good. But the challenge is today, because it's a very, very long straight to the first corner. Been out there a couple of times to try and get the old lady, tail up, but it's going to be horsepower game.
I know today is an absolutely totally different track to what you raced last week.
Yeah.
How would you say, comparing it as a rider? What's your thoughts last week compared with this week?
Well, I love this because it's flat and it's got big turns and you can overtake. If I had any criticism, really, it's just that because I'm on a 250 and I'm in the modern 250 class, so I'm giving loads of horsepower to the modern lads, and you've got quality street out there anyway, so you've got a national champion up there, so I'm not expecting to do tremendously well, but I hang on the coattails. Yeah, I'm in a pre-75, but they haven't sorted out the last heat, so me and Abbo haven't got a place in the last heat, so we're not sure which we is. So I've told my mechanic we'll find the easy one and we'll slip into that one. But
you can choose.
No, we can't. No, I'm just being flippant. In the pre-75, yeah, but they'll all be on Jawas. I mean, David Hammond's only bought a big one,
it's
so
unlimited today.
It's unlimited, so it's 2 valve races. See, so I mean, I might be able to beat them at the trap, but halfway up the straight they'll be coming past like trains. I mean, I've tried to attack the corners, and it's a lovely track, but
today
it's very
is all
fast.
about
alternate power.
Winding the power on.
Oh yeah.
Last week, I suppose it was for those of you who have not seen the DVD or video over there. It's very much a thinker's track, isn't it?
It's throttle control last week. I mean, if you looked at David Norris, he was jumping at the start, going in the first turn hard, going in the next turn, looking round and just playing with the throttle, and he was in total control. And the harder the riders tried behind him, they were actually going backwards, because I mean, I've never been in a race. You remember the first race, when I can't remember the lad that came past me on about lap 3.5, but I thought, well, I'll just sit here because second will do for the heat. And we were facing you coming down the checker flag, and he fell off down the straight. That tells you how slippy it was, and it just got worse and worse and worse as the night went on because the dew came up, and the quads were polishing the corners, of course.
I don't know whether you notice, but where I was sat in the commentary box, it's not like an ACU. The actual commentary box is right by the side of the track. Have you noticed that? Yeah. So if you make a mistake up by me on that track, you would have gone straight into us.
Well, I mean, I was out in the Unlimited, I think, or the Unlimited British, and they stopped it because Steve Cox went straight through the fence. He went actually through the fence, through the ropes.
That's right.
It was the other side, and we came back to the start to reassemble. And him and two helpers were kicking the front wheel and straightening the forks, and I thought, that's it. Next thing I knew, he's come back by me to do the restart, and I thought, if you're that mad, you can have it, chap, because I'm going to the tent later on. I want to race next week. It's madness. But he was very hungry. And I put a challenge down to Keno. I said, Keno, I can't deal with trick tracks, but next week it's a flat track, and we're going to be racing. And he promised me he'd be here last night. That's why he brought a bike to so good in the pub.
Ken here?
Is he? No.
He's probably at a trial.
He bottled it.
He's at a trial somewhere, isn't he?
Bottled it.
This is Ken O'Brien, everybody, if you're listening, watching this DVD
so
video.
The challenge was there, a drunken, stupid challenge was there, so luckily he hasn't turned up.
Otherwise you'd have had to eat your words.
Well, we'd have had to race like mad, because Ken is great, but Ken is he's a very good rider, very, very fast. But his motivation is the problem, and if I'm out there, he'll ride over broken glass to get to me to beat me. I mean, last week he chopped me off in the first race, took me straight the wheel straight out. The last race he threw the goggles at me, and he said, "What, me?" He's mad as. But you go with him a normal, and go mechanic, and he said, "Oh, come on, let's go home." But if I'm out there, his whole goggles area turns red, and he's ready for it.
And have you got somebody else that shows the red mist against you today?
Well, I've got loads of obviously lots of people. I'd like to beat David Hammond. I mean, he's a good rider. Abbo will be there, I'm sure.
Abbo was off form last week, wasn't he?
He was, and the previous week. I don't know. He's not hit form yet. I mean, I don't know the early part of the year, but
he's keeping it for today to race against you.
I hope not. But I'm sure. I mean, they'll all be out there, be fast. It's a big track, so you can probably make a mistake with a big bike and recover it and get back in the corner. But for me, I mean, I've got to get off that start and I've got to attack that first corner like there's no tomorrow, and just hang in there tight and just hold on and hope the old lady don't go pop.
Well, we look forward to seeing you on that racetrack, and hopefully the little old lady doesn't go pop.
Well, she don't, but the little old lady, that's the second season, she hasn't had a spanner on her, that bike, so she's doing really, really well. But I'm trying to save it because she's off to Germany at the end of the month.
Osnabrück? Well, no, it's October, Osnabrück.
No, somewhere else, which I'm told is 1,200 metres long and 20 metres wide.
Well,
you can have a football pitch in down the straight, so to speak.
Well, you won't hit the fence, but that's going to be hard work for that little 250.
It screams round Osnabrück. I mean, Osnabrück is about 800 or 900 metres, and it's on the stop all the way round. And because it's a boarded circuit, all you can hear is the echo coming back at you, saying, "Wah!"
The crowd like you over there with the 250s?
Well, there's only a couple go because we try and do a spread of bikes, Jap, Douglas, Jawa. But yeah, they do. I mean, a lot of them, they haven't seen anything like that, you know. But it's good. It's good racing. It's a nice flat track. It's very fast.
And this is the Lou Coffin Old Codgers team, isn't it?
This is a Lou Coffin Dodgers team.
Coffin Dodgers.
Coffin Dodgers, yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah.
And
so we're going twice this year. So we're going. I can't think of the name of the place, but Westy thinks it might even be a sandban. So we might be up to our eyes in axles in sand. So it might be a sand track. I hope it's not, because 1,200 metres, if it's deep sand, bees will be struggling to get out of the corners.
And we'll have a very tired Will Tustin coming back to the British tracks the week after.
But fit, very fit.
Brilliant.
The legs don't fall off.
Because you started racing 69, was it? 69? 70?
65, I think.
65 was it?
Yeah,
I always thought it was about 69. Blimey.
Yeah, long time.
That's 40 years. You're celebrating 40 years this year then for 65?
No, because I had a father-in-law when I got married that said, I have no son-in-law of mine doing dangerous sport. So I retired for about 23 years, came back in 97.
I have to say, knowing you, Will, I can't imagine anybody telling you that you had to do that. You must have been different in your youth.
Very dominant person he was, very dominant personality, and you know, I was young and immature. And if you look at a lot of these riders, You know, when I came back, some of these riders hadn't changed, all the bikes, and they just kept going. It's like playing football again, you know. Once you have a layoff for 2 or 3, especially 10 or 20 years, it's just so hard to get the stamina and fitness up. I was lucky, you know, I was at the right place at the right time. I had a good bike, I bought a good engine, more by luck than anything, and it's been a good package. I mean, I spoke to Dave Parham quite a few times, and it is a good package. It's quick. It handles quite well for an old one, and it's very good, hangs together, and it's reliable, and that's what you want. I mean, I know loads of people that make fast bikes, but they don't hang together, and if you stop, you know, you don't score points, you don't win races when you're sat on the centre green.
Finally, old bike,
Yeah.
old person, not being rude now.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
57.
You're not 57 if you started racing 65, because you didn't have any youth racing.
48.
You didn't have the youth racing then.
No, I think the combined age of the bike and rider, I was thinking about it now, is about 91 years, I think. So the old lady's doing all right, but she's good.
And the old fella's doing all right as well, so well done. Keep it up.
Not too bad.
Thanks very much, Will.
Dave.
Thank
Cheers
you.
soon. Bye.
With our first race, so straight into action we go, and well, this is the 250 Open, and it's going to be Lee Street. It is Lee Street. Number 41 there, 31 Paul Simmons in contention, but dropping back as they go around those quick turns. But it is Lee Street, the reigning British champion, who's taken control straight away here in Event 1, Heat 1. And he makes his 250cc go very, very quickly indeed. He's beating all the 500s recently. Lee Street ahead of Paul Simmons. And then Dean Chamberlain, number 87, goes down. Well, the battle goes on here for second place with Lee Street in command. And pulling away, Paul Simmons and Dean Chamberlain, number 87, followed by Jim Collins, 205, and then number 2. But, well, Jim Collins deserted Grasstrack for a while, went road racing, and was a top road racer on the tarmac. Only come back to Grasstrack racing this year, number 205, Jim Collins, but a good win there for number 75, Lee Street. A win for number 75, Lee Street. In second place was number 87, Dean Chamberlain. In fact, it says Dan Chamberlain in the programme. I thought it was Dean, but maybe it was Dan. 31 in third place, Paul Simmons. In fourth place, number 82, Craig Godwin. Fifth place was number 205. Jim Collins. In sixth place, number 2, Robert May. Seventh place, number 48, Charlie Patterson. Eighth place, number 22, Paul May. And in ninth place, number 80, Will Custin. The winning time, 1 minute 22.99. 1 minute 22.99. The numbers were 75, 87, 31, 82, 205, 2, 48, 22 and number 80. 1 minute 22.99. We're on with the vintage, post-vintage and pre-58 class. These are all classes which will be separated. Attention Hillary, they're calling out for extra programmes. If you've got any programmes, could you let us know in the commentary box please? There's a shortage of programmes. Thank you very much. Well, this is the classic riders here. And well, we've got a mixture here of the different classes. Peter Clark and Dave Abbott are our two leaders, followed by 159. Which is the local rider, of course, Rodney Elmore. Dave Abbott wasn't going too well at Nailsworth last week. It's good to see him back on form. Attention the gentlemen that asked for programmes. The programmes have now arrived in the commentary box. If anything else for the programme, Peter Clark then and Dave Abbott having a tremendous scrap up front. Abbo takes the lead and Peter Clark is still challenging there. Peter Clark, of course, father of Jonathan Clark and a regular all-round motorcyclist, been racing for many years. And but Dave Abbott has certainly got his form back. He's not going at all well last week at Nailsworth at the British Pre-75 Championships, but he's back on song. Dave Abbott takes victory. Well, Peter Clark and Rodney Elmore over the line together. I think Peter just about got there, but a good challenge there from Rodney on the greaves. We'll give you the results of that race 2 straight after. Unfortunately, I had to talk with the walkie-talkie, but I've passed that over now, concentrate on the racing. And 59 then, Chris Pay, good start and pulls away. 59 then, Chris Pay, great start here for this one. This is the 350 open. Look at the fight. Matt Edwards coming by Mike Peters. Matt Edwards now challenging for the lead. Bad start from Matt. Now he's going to try to come around the inside. He tries the inside line, comes up the inside of Chris Pay. We have a new leader. Matt Etherington takes the lead here of this 350. So Matt Etherington from Chris Pay, then Mike Peters. Then we got 117, Paul Derrick, behind Paul Derrick is James Peters. And then he's Graham Pike, number 7, just ahead of a gaggle of riders. But already, wow, Matt Etherington's going like a rocket train here. And there we go, second flag goes to Matt Etherington. In second place, Chris Pay. Third place, 137, Mike Peters. Fourth was Paul Derrick. And fifth place, very full coming through there. So the last scorers. We give you number only for the previous race. Race number 2, event 8, heat 1. And it was a win for number 62, Dave Abbott. Second was 177, Peter Clark. Third was 159, Rodney Elmore. Then in fourth place it was 210. Fifth, 213. Sixth, 167. And seventh, number 34, and it was a win for number 5, Matt Etherington. In second place was number 59, 59 being Chris Pay. In third place, 137, Mike Peters. Fourth place was 117, Paul Derrick. Fifth place, number 84, Gordon Walker. In sixth place, number 45, James Peters. In seventh place, number 7, Graham Pike. 8th place, 55. 9th, 28. 10th, number 9. 11th, 182. Winning time, 1 minute 18.44. 1 minute 18.44. Right, on we go with the 500 stock cars. And it's 1-1 Scott Dunn. So good start there from Scott Dunn and Joanne Brown. And they're starting already to pull away from the rest of the pack here in the 500 sidecars. This is race number 4. Unfortunately, we've got a bit of rain coming down here. But 118 Scott Dunn and Joanne Brown lead the way. Mike Reed in second place. Rob Ryan That's the first 4. But well, Scott Brown and Joanne Brown just pulling away. Interesting here, Mike Reed, of course, normally rides 57. He's in the chair with his new passenger for today, which is Paul Lee. And they're also on Wayne's machine, of course. 118, 56, 33, very well. Rob Wright and Neil Bundy. So Rob Wright having a tremendous ride there. Keith Richards then is best of the rest. But at the moment is Scott Dunn in command and heading for that checkered flag. 118 it is. second 56, third 83. Whoa, Richards, I think, just managed to hang on in there, but we'll wait for the lap scores on that one. Tremendous finish there for 4th, 5th and 6th. Race 4, and a win for 118. Scott Dunn and Joanne Brian Brown. In 2nd place, Mike Reed and Paul Lee. In 3rd place, number 33, Rob Wright and Neil Bunday. 4th place was 143, Keith Richards, and Keith's passenger was Adam Young. 5th place, number 8, Andy Kerrison and Chris Draper. And in 6th place, number 189, Gary Ball and Debbie Bird. Winning time, 1 minute 27.90. 1 minute 27.90. A change in the result in the first race. Number 82 was actually lapped and he didn't come 4th, so he goes back up to the end of the results. All the riders move up a place, so 205 was 4th, and number 2 was 5th, and so on down the line there. That's in race 1 of the 250s. So number 82 was actually lapped out, so just to show you get your results right. We stay with the 500 sidecars. This is race 5. This is heat 2 of the 500 sidecars. And it is Sean Chick and Sarah Morgan. That's the addition to the programme, Sean Chick, number 6. And just like 118, he's pulling away, just like Scott Dunn did in the previous race. But there's a tremendous scrap going on for 2nd spot. And 69 Scott Francis and Paul Fisher, the reigning Southwestern Central champions, up in the 2nd place. Behind them, 156 is Alan Morgan and Anders McFarlane. I don't know of them. They actually from Bridge North. First time I've seen them actually racing. They were a long way from that country, but leading the way it is Sean Chick and Sarah Morgan. Up in the 3rd place goes number 10, Tony Cook and Martin Boyd have moved up. They're moving up in the 3rd place. They finished 4th in the British Championship last week, and they're on a roll here, and they're going to be closing in on number 69 very shortly. But no stopping Sean Chick here, number 6, who's leading this one. And it is number 6 who gets the checkered flag. 69 second, 10 6 third, followed by 156. A win for number 6, Sean Chick and Sarah Morton. In 2nd place, number 69, Scott Francis and Paul Fisher. 3rd place, number 10, Tony Cook and Martin Boyd. 4th, 156, Alan Morgan and Anders McFarlane. In 5th place, number 83, Pete Langram and Philip Higgett. Winning time, 1 minute 25.36. 1 minute 25.36. The numbers were 6, 69, 10, 156 and 83. 1 minute 25.36 at winning time. We're on with the solo open as the pace hots up here. It's David Durham. David Durham. And already being challenged there by 151 Robert Meir. As they come back round towards the commentary box, it's still David Durham who's got the lead. And Tim Noakes is on the lead. Tim excited. Tim Noakes coming down the outside. Tremendous race action. Tim Noakes versus David Durham. And these two wheel to wheel as they go into that top of the circuit there. And just look at the spectacular style of Tim Noakes as he goes wide. And he's almost got the gap for Robert going into it. Then number 15 is next. And Martin Sturgeon keeping a watching brief back in 4th place. But the battle's on here between David Durham and the excited Tim Noakes. Tim Noakes gets right over on that bike, but it's going to be 47. He keeps his line, takes victory. 21, Tim Noakes gets 2nd. Rob Meir gets 3rd. Martin Sturgeon 4th. Steve Lee gets 5th. Incredible racing here. And Phil Vance down in 6th place, followed by Tim Curnock in 7th. 24 was next. So it's a victory for number 47, Dave Durham. 2nd place, 151, Rob Meir. 3rd place, number 21, Tim Nobes, who was doctor placed by the clerk of the course there. 4th place, number 15, Martin Sturgeon. 5th place, 93, Steve Lee. 6th place was 366, Phil Vance. 7th place, 726, Tim Curnock. In 8th place, number 24, David Trickey. 9th place was 199. That's Jessie Lamb, the young lady, former Speedway rider. And in 10th place, 117, Paul Derrick. The winning time, 1 minute 19.43. 1 minute 19.43. So, over the page we go. This is race number 7. And we stay with the Solo Open. Right, on we go with race number 7, the 500 Solo Open. This is. And a tremendous start there by Wayne Barrett. It's great to see Paul Aiken back on the racetrack. Former rider from a few years ago. These days the commercial manager for Exeter and Somerset Speedways, so it's great to see Paul Aiken back in action on the circuits there. Wayne Barrett, number 23. Livingston Stevens, Cycling Hostel. Former famous Speedway rider back in the 1980s. But in more recent time has rode for St Austell, Exeter, Boston, and Weymouth Speedways. These days concentrating on the grass tracks. And well, Wayne Barrett dominating this one with 1 lap to go, just pulling away on the rest of the field. And well, there's Martin Williams now. Martin Williams on number 25. Wayne Barrett there takes the checkered flag. A beautiful win there from Wayne to take race 7. Martin Williams is next, and Matt Etherington getting even better. And Paul Houghton right near the end there, tremendous. A win for number 23, Wayne Barrett. In 2nd place, number 25, Martin Williams. 3rd place, number 5, Matt Etherington. In 4th place, number 186, Paul Houghton. In 5th place, number 461, Jack Meredith. 6th place to number 97, Adrian Cutler. And then number only in 7th place, 120, 8th, 39, 9th, 53, 10th, 83, 11th, 811. Winning time, 1 minute 16.25. 1 minute 16.25. Numbers were 23, 25, 5, 186, 461, 97, 120, 39, 53, 83 and 811. On we go. This is race number 8. We stay with the Solo Open. And here's the great Lou Coffin outside the commentary box. Hello, Lou. And well, leading the way in this one, it is number 17, Gareth Hickmott. I thought we'd lost Gareth to Speedway, but it's good to see him back on the grass tracks. Rock's now in a tremendous battle there at the back, by the commentary boxes. Tremendous battles downfield, but up front is Gareth Hickmott. And just look at that gap, half a lap lead. Problems down on the pit turn, 2 riders going down. Gareth Hickmott's seen it, he cut through the inside, and it looks like both riders are getting up there okay. Harbour going wide on the outside of 180. 180 of course, Dean Cutler. And Good scrap going on for that second place, but just look at Gareth Hickmott go as he takes the checkered flag. Incredible riding for number 17. What's going to happen when these fast boys get together? We're going to see some red hot action, that's for sure. Richard Harbour, John Weeks, Bradley Kite. That was the order. Then Dean Cutler, but of course we'll get the official verdict there because they all came over the line very, very closely together. Well, it's certainly fast and furious here, everybody. A win for number 17, Gareth Hickmott. In second place, number 28, Richard Harbour. Third was number 46, John Weeks. In fourth place, 495, Bradley Kite. Fifth place, 180, Dean Cutler. And in sixth place, 147, Paul Crawford. Then it was number only, 189, 86, 104, 82, and the winning time, 1 minute 17.26. 1 minute 17.26, that winning time. The numbers are 17, 28, 46, 495, 180, 147, 189, 86, 104, and 82 is how they finished. On we go now. The races are now split here. We've got the auto cadets coming out first, so this will be race 9, and then we have a race 9A for the cadets. So they have been split. Number 33 hits the front first, and that's Kenny Bowdry. And I've heard I saw Kenny racing down at the Champion of Champions youth meeting earlier this year, and I've heard some rave reviews how Kenny is doing so well, and he certainly is. As you can see, a name to watch for the future there. Kenny Bowdry from Mitcham. Of course, that's Steve Schofield country, isn't it? Mitcham. And he's got a clear lead here, getting away from the rest of the autos. This is the future of Grasstrack racing, everybody. These are the youngsters who are going to be racing in a few years' time. 91 and 112 and X, 91 Kieran Hicks, followed by Ashton Webb. Ashton Webb from Swindon has been having some good results. I think he won up at Swindon recently, and of course I think he also won the Formula event, what used to be called the Bantam events. I think he also won one of the classes up there as well. So another name to watch for there, Ashton Webb, 112. But what can you say about Kenny Bowdry? Terrific victory there for Kenny. Number 11 there coming into second, coming from nowhere there, Connor Locke. But for the auto cadets, it was a win for number 33, Kenny Bowdry. Second place, number 11, Connor Locke. Third was 112, Ashton Webb. Fourth, number 91, Kieran Hicks. Fifth place, number 77, Rocco Casale. And in sixth place was number 28, Aaron Pierce. Aaron Pascoe, my apologies, Aaron Pascoe. So Aaron Pascoe, the sixth rider, the winning time there, as you know, was 3 laps, 1:36.33, 1:36.33. The numbers were 33, 11, 112, 91, 77 and 28. Next one, this is an extra race to your program. This is not race 10, this is in fact the cadets. This is race 9A in your program, everybody. Now, if you haven't seen this young man before, the young man who's just taken the lead is literally dominating youth racing all over the country at the moment. He's from Northamptonshire. Oh, that's that big build. Everything tumbles off. That's Jed Collins in addition to the programme. And Jed is normally exceptionally quick and fast. And so number 35 there, tumbling off there on the pit turns after that massive big build-up from me. Typical kiss of death there, wasn't it? But I tell you, one to watch out for there, Jed Collins. Let's get back to the racing. Number 13 it is. Well, number 13 is looking over his shoulder. I'm not sure what the problem was there. Easing off the throttle. Of course, 13 is Nathan Stoneman. Now, he's got a tremendous history for his family, of course. Father Phil Stoneman still races passenger to Rick McCauley, and his grandfather Colin used to race sidecars, and of course his great uncle as well, Gerald Stoneman, also racing. So quite a lot of Stoneman family. Going very wide for Nathan. Up there, leading by Edward Evans is the rider who's taking control of this one. Number 3. Also going well, James Shanes, instead of John Shanes there, coming in for that third spot. So good ride there from James Shanes, the future Shanes member of the Grasstrack family. This is the cadets, as they've been separated, and I can tell you the winner there, number 3, Edward Evans. In second place, number 13, Nathan Stoneman. Third place, number 93, James Shanes. Fourth, number 6, Tyler Govier. In fifth place, number 55, James Reed. And in sixth place, number 111, Aaron Bell. Winning time, 1 minute 29.15. 1 minute 29.15. Very special cruise, and as you can imagine, and of course you can read all about the charity on the third page in. Please take the trouble to read that page. Very, very important. All credit to the club supporting the Naomi House Children's Hospice. So they're going to be selling raffle tickets later. They're going to be going amongst you. So please give generously to this special cause. All the proceeds going to raise money for the charity from the raffle. Right, here's a rerun of race number 10. As they come down towards us, it is Gal Richings. Gal Richings leads. Number 10, Craig Brewery, 7 Oaks in 10, putting the pressure on, and it's almost about to all change there as they go in those pit turns. And the battle is really on there. As you can see, these riders are getting quicker all the time. They are the future of the racing. Now this is only just holding off Craig Drury. 181 going well. That's Matthew Saul from Tunbridge. Matthew travels around the UK quite a bit. And just look at this battle going on between number 10 and Darryl Richings. Craig Drury and Darryl Richings having a tremendous scrap. But with the other two riders just keeping a watching brief, ready to pounce for that next place. Well, Craig Drury is taking over the lead. Darryl Richings now going to come under pressure because number 7 is moving up. That's Josh Dingle from Newquay in Cornwall, so he's now amongst them as well. So anything can happen here. And Matthew Saul still in contention as well. But Craig Drury doing extremely well here on his proper new track. And some of these Kent riders, it bodes well for the future of racing in the southeast, that's for sure. As they come towards that checkered flag. Darryl Richings just on the line there for Craig Drury. What a race that was. And well, all credit to the juniors. Tremendous racing. And it was a win for number 18, Darryl Richings. In second place, number 10, Craig Drury. Third place, number 7, Josh Dingle. Fourth, 181, Matthew Saul. Fifth place, number 59, Danny Drew, and they're already away, so we'll give you numbers only. Sixth place, number 17, 7th, 95, 8th, 256, 9th, number 1, and 10th, number 9. We don't have a race time for this one. Race number 11 we're on, and Charlie Saunders it is who leads. Charlie Saunders leads, followed by number 8, Stephen Morgan. Well, Charlie's on one of the new RTS bikes that Roger Taylor's produced this year for several of the youth riders, and Charlie Saunders pushing away from the rest, and a great future on the Grasstrack scene from 90. is Nurse Wyndham, Charlie Saunders lead, Stephen Morgan, second place, and then we have 179 Alex Evans. Alex Evans making third place his own at the moment, but Charlie Saunders dominating this one. And already, and I think you'd be mixing it with some of the adult racing, wouldn't he, the way he's going today, but Charlie Saunders then leads. Number 8, Stephen Morgan, second place, with Alex Evans, followed by number 32, which is Daniel James. Daniel's an addition to the programme, number 32. And the checkered flag goes out. And Charlie Saunders takes victory. Number 25 then, the winner. And Stephen Morgan, number 8, in second. And it looked to me that 32 maybe just got it on the line. We'll wait for the lap scores there. Very close indeed. Win for number 25, Charlie Saunders. Second place, number 8, Stephen Morgan. Third place, number 32, Daniel James. Sorry, 179, third. 179, Alex Evans, my apologies. Fourth was 32, Daniel James. Fifth was number 12, Chris Mo Watts. And in sixth place, number 5, Chadley King of Cornwall. Seventh was 101, 8, 16, 9, 91. The winning time, 1 minute 22.78. 1 minute 22.78. Complete laps, 3 laps. So the numbers were 25, 8, 179, 32, 12, 5, 101, 16, and 91. Oh, it was 4 laps. So 4 laps it was. Race number 12, solo upright open next. Off the line they go. What a massive grid we got here for the solo upright open. And when it says upright open, of course these are machines that are upright, not the modern lay-down bikes, the engines, upright engines. 162 and 174 are the leaders. So Les Rowland, good to see Les Rowland back out. Les, of course, has been racing on the classic scene for a number of years, but we don't see him on the grass tracks much these days. Used to have the beard and long hair and cowboy hat, but I remember last year I saw him at High Easter, totally changed his style. But it's the former British champion, Ian Guthrie, from the lead. 117 Paul Down moving up to 4th place. Paul, who also rides in time trials up in the Bristol area. Ian Guthridge, the winner of the 2004 500cc Pre-75 British Championship. Ian Guthridge had a chain snap in the championship last week when holding a good position. Ian Guthridge then, with 1 lap to go. Paul Derrick now for second. There's Rowland in third, but it's taking a 4. James Peters in fifth. Rob Snow is now goal. James Peters slides on. All the riders managed to miss him as he slides down. He's obviously going to get a bit slick out there, where we got the rain coming down onto the surface, onto the green stuff. It's making it very, very slick indeed for the riders. So they're going to be hard work for the boys. But Ian Guthridge wins. Paul Derrick second place. Les Rowland just hung on for third. Neil Spencer fourth, and then Rob Snow held off a whole gaggle of riders for those next positions. We got victory there for Ian Guthridge, last year's British champion. A win for 174, Ian Guthridge. Second place, 117, Paul Derrick. Third place, 162, Les Rowland. Fourth, 921, Phil Spencer. Fifth, 189, Rob Snow. And in sixth place, it was number 141, Mike Tuckey. Right, away we go. This is race 13. We stay with the solo upright open. Unfortunately, we got a bit of the wet stuff coming down. Hopefully they'll drift away, but it's going to make it very slick for the competitors. Dave Hammond it is for Darren Harris. Andy Downs goes for our first three, and all of the Darren Harris sliding all over the place as he goes into those pit turns. But of course, Dave Hammond is a former British Enduro champion. He's used to the wet stuff, so it should be easy for Dave. And it is. He's making it look easy as well. So Dave Hammond from near Cirencester leads this one. That's 1-2-0. Andy Downs making his move now, coming up to try and get that second place. Andy Thistle, keep pushing Andy, of course, Andy Thistle with those new Kevlars on. Keep thinking it's not him because he used to ride in those old, oh, it's getting very wide here, look, Andy Downs comes underneath Dave Hammond, and I thought they were going to come and join us in the commentary box. But, well, Andy Downs is really sliding his way around there. Now Dave Hammond's got to beat Darren Harris. Andy Thistle had problems last week at falling off at Nailsworth, but he seems to like it here as he goes round the outside of the ride on those pit turns. Andy Downs, the star of Bewley the other week, takes victory in race 13, number 11. Dave Hammond gets second, Darren Harris third. Was a win for number 11, Andy Downs. In second place, 1-2-0, Dave Hammond. Third, 1-7-1, Darren Harris. Fourth, 1-7-5, Andy Thistle. In fifth place, number 1-4-3, Chris Chamberlain. Then we had in sixth place, number 43, Stuart Allen. Then numbers only, 7th 104, 8th 351, 9th 51, and 10th number 30. Winning time, 1 minute 35.82. Away we go, and straight to the lead number 3, Lee Jones and Matt Winch. Wayne Westerway from Cornwall moves up in the second place. Wayne partnered by Mark Courtney. And I think Wayne Westerway is actually leading the championship with Phil Sims in second place at the moment, the club championship. But a good start there by Lee Jones and Matt Winch, number 3 from the South Midlands Centre at Welwyn Garden City. As you can see, they're sliding all over the place. I think third place is number 81. That's John Stafford and Del Page. And the Skinner's going well from the Midlands, but at the moment up front it is still number 3, Lee Jones and Matt Winch doing the business here. Wayne Westerway and Mark Courtney from Cornwall. Don't seem to be able to close that gap. John Stafford still holds third. Mark Heaton in fourth. Then it's 306 and number 8, Mark Warren. He's got Gary Lux in the chair. It says Gary Cox in the programme. That's Gary Lux. And of course Phil Sims has Gareth Beminster in the chair. Another Cornish competitor. Wayne Westerway is going to make his move. He's going to take the outside route as the yellow and black flag goes out. It's still number 3 leading. Wayne Westerway goes wide, trying to close that gap on the leader. John Stafford still in third, Mark Hinkley in fourth. Then we've got Mark Warren behind Phil Sims. And Wayne Westerway comes alongside as they battle down the back straight. It's a good scrap going on here. It looks like Wayne Westerway's going to pull away. The son of Ken Westerway, a regular on the grass tracks in the 1960s. And he's going to get a victory. It's going to be Wayne Westerway who takes the glory here. Followed by 381, 124, 306 and number 8. A win for 118, Wayne Westerway and Mark Courtney. In second place, number 3, Lee Jones and Matt Winch. Third went to 81, John Stafford and Del Page. In fourth place, number 124, Mark Heatley and Martin Davis. Fifth place to 306, Mark Warren and Gary Lux. And in sixth place, number 8, Phil Sims and Gareth Beminster. The winning time, 2 minutes, 1.22. 2 minutes, 2:01.22. I'll get it right, 2:01.22. So riders on the line then, the drivers, this is the 1000 right-hand sidecars. This is race 15. We'll watch the number 4. Gives us the good start, Lester Page and Paddy Monk. Good start from Lester Page and Paddy Monk, but watch the former British left-hand sidecar champions, Neil Owen from West Wales, from Buryport. One to watch for here, but still on his Golden Special. Number 4. So go around those pit turns. Neil Owen has taken control. Neil Owen then leads. From 52 then it's 375. Pete Shaw. I haven't got a passenger for Pete Shaw, so I'm not sure who his passenger is. But Fred and John Skinner, they were telling me before when we were interviewing them for Bob's videos that former road racers, and they used to do Formula 2 road racing, and they've switched to, no, I got the wrong way around, stock car racing. They were stock cars. That's right. Totally different, isn't it? Stock cars over here. Oh, and we've lost Pete Shaw going into the infield. Yes, Fred and John Skinner did stock car racing. Fred Skinner was a solo rider back in the 1960s before going on to stock car racing, and now turning into Grasstrack sidecars from the Midlands. You don't see them down this way very often. Number 4, Neil Owen, followed by number 52, Lester Page. And Phil Stoneman is on the back of Pete Shaw, so obviously he's sharing the role there. Aubrey Steele, good to see Aubrey Steele back racing. That's him just gone over the line, 116. But heading towards the flag, it is number 4, Neil Owen. Followed by 52 and 91. A win for number 4, Neil Owen and Kevin Colborne. Second place to number 52, Lester Page and Paddy Monk. Now third place was 91. We haven't had confirmation in the commentary box, but I thought that was Lee Hicks. If somebody could confirm that with me, please. But 91 in third place. Fourth place was 228, Fred and John Skinner. In fifth place, 375, Pete Shaw. And he had Phil Stoneman in the chair there. And in sixth place, 116, Aubrey Steele and Gary Allen. Winning time, 2 minutes 02.16. 2 minutes 02.16. Very close time, close to Wayne Westerways. Numbers are 4, 52, 91, 228, 375 and 116. Now we're on to the pre-75 solos. This is our Moulding & Co from South Newton, sponsors of race 16. Second place, followed by John Wheatley. Ian Guttridge in fourth. John Wheatley went well last week at the British Pre-75 Championships. Ian Guttridge closing in on the other two, comes alongside. Looks like he's going to go round Willie. He does. He goes up into second place. Dave Hammond it is. Dave Abbott making his move. Dave Abbott loves to have a battle with Will Tustin. He comes on the inside of Willie Tustin, moves up a place. Will Willie come back? He doesn't. And Dave Abbott moves up that place. But no stopping Dave Hammond this time around in race 16. Norman Hornblow from Reading there, just going over the line. Dave Hammond then leads from Guthrie. Well, still Dave Abbott getting the better of Will Tustin. Interesting interview it was with Bob's Videos with Will Tustin. Well worth seeing the video for today's meeting. And a real star of the show regarding interviews he is, that's for sure. And so come round towards us, the checkered flag falls, and victory goes to Dave Hammond. Ian Guthridge gets second place. John Wheatley gets third. Fourth place to Willie Tustin. Norman there a lap down. Oh, Dave Hammond. Second place 174 Ian Guthridge. Third, number 19 John Wheatley. Fourth, number 80 Will Tustin. Fifth, number 58 Norman Hornblow. Winning time 1 minute 36.59. 1 minute 36.59. We've got a blast from the past during the timekeeping. Howard Albury is back on the clock. He's doing it for 40 odd years, retired for a while, but he's back in action on his clock again. So giving us the times and helping with the lap scoring. Yeah, a team of youngsters that weren't even born when Howard was doing it originally. So we're all moving. Jim Collins up in the second place. Number 75, Lee Street dominating this one. Followed by number 8, Chris Steele. I think in the first race I called him something else because he's got his actual number 2 crossed out. He normally rides 82, but he's riding 8 today. That's Chris Steele. We can't seem to catch the flying Lee Street, the British champion. He's doing well here. So Lee Street leads, Chris Steele in second place. Then we got Jim Collins, followed by number 31, Paul Simmons. Those are the leaders. Will Tustin in fourth, then Charlie Patterson in fifth. Then we have number 2, Robert May. As Lee Street flies over the line for victory. Number 75, Lee Street. Number 8 gets second place, Chris Steele gets second. Win for number 75, Lee Street. In second place, number 8, number not very clear, but that's Chris Steele. In third place, number 31, Paul Simmons. In fourth place, 205, Jim Collins. Fifth, number 80, Will Tustin. Sixth place, number 48, Charlie Patterson. Seventh, number 2, Robert May. Then it was 87, 22, and 152, and the winning time 1 minute 29.66. 1 minute 29.66. The numbers were 75, 8, 31, 205, 80, 48, 2, 87, 22, 152. This is the vintage post vintage at 358. Peter Clark in second place, Rob Wright in third, John Baldwin in fourth. Fifth place on the grooves there is Rodney Elmore. Rodney obviously doesn't like the wet. He went much quicker first time out, and this time he's off the pace at the back. So obviously Rodney, one of the club members, doesn't like it in the wet, that's for sure. Certainly Dave Abbott looks like he does as he's pulling away. Going very wide as well, Dave. Coming right out in the deep stuff. His black machine there, number 62. Rob Wright, the Western Super there, just ahead of his friend Peter Clark. Peter Clark, number 177, has done it all. He's done bantam racing, he's done pre-65 scrambles, he's won the National Vintage Speed Grasstrack Championship on a Rudge, he's won the National Sidecar Grasstrack Championship Vintage, and he's also raced Speedway on a dirt track road all around the country. Dave Abbott started racing in the 1970s, had a break, but made a return to racing several years ago. chairman of the Swindon Grasstrack Club. Rob Wright is also a 365 scrambler, number 210. And of course, Rodney Elmore on that Greaves. Doesn't ride much on the grass tracks, only usually at the club events here for the Southern Centre Grasstrack riders. But he certainly went quicker when it was dry earlier on, that's for sure. Shepherd Clark goes to Dave Abbott. And Dave is back on form. Rob Wright gets second place. And wow, Peter Clark just beating John Baldwin there, right on the line. It's a win for number 62, Dave Abbott. Second was 210, Rob Wright. But 177 has been doctor place, so it means that 213 gets third, and 177 Peter Clark gets fourth. Clark, of course, swinging into action there. Obviously, course cutting taking place. Fifth place is 159, Rodney Elmore. Winning time 1 minute 52.69, 1 minute 52.69. The numbers were 62, 210, 213, 177, and 159. We're now on with the 350cc as it takes rise. This is sponsored by Wilson Hardware and Garden and DIY, and Cross Keys Hardware as well. This is the 350 Open. This is their heat number 2. And it's Matt Etherington again. He's one minute out and he's leading this one. Terry Massey over in second place. Followed by Chris Hay in third, Graham Hunt in fourth. By the way, John Shane's very consistent performer won the South Western Centre Championship in the 350 class last year. He's in the middle of the pack at the moment. But there is no stopping Matt Etherington. Just look at this guy go. Dominating the 350s here. And a tremendous battle going on there. Number 59, Chris Hay on the inside of our young lady competitor, Terry Massey. There's Graham Pike, followed by Richard Harvard. Behind Richard Harvard. The whole gaggle of riders, but just look at Matt Etherington. He's absolutely flying. He's what, nearly a half a lap in the He's certainly stamping his authority here on race 19. Chris Hay is taking over second place, Terry Massey in third. Then we've got a short gap, fourth place is Graham Pike. Of course, many of you have seen his brother Eric ride. Richard Harvard in there, followed by Nicholas Beasley and John Shane side by side. But in the checkered flag, number 5, Matt Etherington. Number 59, Chris Hay gets second place. Terry Massey in third. James Peter's had enough, he's coasting back to pits. Fourth place, number 7, Graham Pike. Fifth place, John Chains. 6th, Richard Harbour, number 28. 7th, 103, Nicholas Beasley. Followed by 222 and 84, I think it was. I'll check with the lap scores there. A win for number 5, what a win. Matt Etherington in second place. Number 59, Chris Hay. Third place, 213, Terry Massingham. Fourth place, number 7, Graham Pike. In fifth place, 193, John Chains. Sixth, number 28, Richard Harbord. Seventh, 103, Nick Beasley. And number only, eighth, number 222, ninth, 84, and 10th, 45. Winning time 1 minute 29.20. 1 minute 29.20. There we go with the 500 sidecars. Race number 20 this is. Coming around towards us. So the riders who lead us from Worcestershire there, the reigning South Western Centre champions. They had a nasty tumble last week on here with at the Nationals, but they're going well at the moment, up there in the lead. Richards in second place, and Mike Reed. Andy Kerr still in there as well, but at the moment, Scott Francis having a tremendous ride this time out. As they come round towards us, yellow-black flag goes out for the leader. Scott Francis, Keith Richards, then Mike Reed. Tony Cook. While Tony finished fourth in the British Championship, is quite a way back at the moment. Scott Francis. And his passenger, of course, Paul Fisher. In second place, 143, Keith Richards. And in the chair for Keith is Adam Young. Third place, number 56, Mike Reed. And Paul Lee, new passenger for today. Fourth place, number 10, Tony Cook. And Martin Boyd, winning time 1 minute 26.41. 1 minute 26.41. They won their first race and they're already leading this one, stamping their authority on the 500cc class here. So Scott Dunn and Joanne Brown. I don't know if she got red hair this year. She had red hair last year. We'll soon recognise her in the pits. 156, so it's Alan Morgan and Anders McFarlane. Now I don't know much about this crew, Alan Morgan, and I must admit they're going very, very quick, so they've obviously raced before, but we haven't seen them, I don't think, down this way before. Certainly I've not seen them myself, but they're going very, very quick indeed. So Scott down the lead, Alan Morgan in second, Chick in third, Gary Ball in fourth. Gary Ball, former solo rider, these days very much a 500 sidecar. Well, Rob Wright, what's happened to Rob? He went really well last time and he's at the back this time. So number 33 not doing the business this time around. He noticed the track conditions have changed, and of course some of the riders obviously like the wet and some don't. But this guy does. 118, Scott Dunn, 156, 189 is next, then number 6. A win for number 118, Scott Dunn and Joanne Brown. In second place, number 156, Alan Morgan and Anders McFarlane. In third place, number 189, Gary Ball and Debbie Bird. Fourth place, number 6, Sean Chick and Sarah Morton. In fifth place, number 33, Rob Wright and Neil Bunday. The time, 1 minute 43.19. 1 minute 43.19. The numbers are 118, 156, 189, 6 and 33. The pace hots up. This is the 500 Open. This is race 22. And they come round towards us, and it's a real pace here because Tim Dove's on the inside of David Garrett. We've got the number of top boys in this one. And well, Gareth Hickmott comes alongside Martin Williams. He goes up into third place. Beautiful move there from Gareth Hickmott. Now he's closing in on David Durham. He slides by David Durham as though he wasn't, as though he's standing still. But look at Tim Dove's going. It might be a greasy track. Tim Dove's taking the shoulder. David Durham in third. Martin Williams 4th. John Weeks in 5th. That's the order, that's the leaderboard. Here in race 22, the 500 solo open. Tim Nopes looking good. On to his final lap. Chasing. David Durham with Martin Williams just behind him. Then John Weeks all on his own in that next place. Then we've got number 24, David Trippy, ahead of Richard Harvard. And then it's number 39, Sean Pascoe. Tim Nobes wins. Gareth Hickmott second. David Durham third. Martin Williams gets fourth. John Weeks is fifth. Sixth place to David Trippy. Seventh, number 28. A win for number 21, Tim Nobes. In second place was number 17, Gareth Hickmott. Third, number 47, David Durham. Fourth, 25, Martin Williams. Fifth, number 46, John Weeks. Sixth is number 24, David Trippy. Seventh, number 28, Richard Harvard. Eighth, number 39, Sean Pascoe. And in ninth place, number 53, Kieran Davidson. Winning time, 1 minute 23.06. 1 minute 23.06, the numbers were 21, 17, 47, 25, 46, 24, 28, 39 and 53. On with the racing, race 23 this is. Losing out the two riders. Oh, we have a faller going down here. Is that Craig Godwin going down? I think it is. And he's getting out of the way mighty fast. Look at those little legs go. He's certainly run onto the infield there with that bike. And off the racing line. Steve Lee taking control. Followed by Robert Mia and Paul Derrick. Dave Hammond. Followed by Dean Cutler. Robert Martin, he's ahead of Stephen Gale, and then it's 86 Vaughan Pratt. Yellow-black flag going out for our leader. Still, it is Steve Lee. With Rob Neal trying to close that gap on him. Paul Derrick is losing ground on the two leaders. Dave Hammond in a lonely fourth place, but look at the battle up front. Steve Lee coming under pressure from Rob Meir. 151, Rob Meir is going very, very wide indeed as they come around towards that checker flag. Steve Lee comes tight up the inside. Oh, what a race, 93. Steve Lee taking victory over 151, Robert Meir. Paul Derrick comes in for third place. Fourth place goes to Dave Hammond. Fifth place to Dean Cutler. A win for number 93, Steve Lee. Second, 151, Robert Meir. Third, 117, Paul Derrick. Fourth, 120, Dave Hammond. Fifth, 180, Dean Cutler. In sixth place, number 83, Stephen Gale. In seventh place, number 104, Robert Martin. In eighth place, number 86, Vaughan Pratt. Winning time, 1 minute 25.38. Over the page we go. This is race 24. We stay with the 500 Open. This race is sponsored by Henderson Bearings of Ringwood. Please make a note of the advert there for the Worcestershire winner on the next page here, 31st of July at Hindley, Worcester. Race 24, we're on with that. This is the 500 Solo Open, heat number 6 of the 500 Solo Open. Wayne Bowers on the inside. That's the leaderboard. While Wayne Barrett has been racing, oh, we have a faller coming down at the back. I think he's okay, yes. He gets onto the infield, gets off the racing line in plenty of time. As Wayne Barrett is on a mission. Wayne Barrett leading. Paul out in his name, and down there in the field now. Those Martin Sturgeon, but those are the leaders. But, well, hats off to this guy, Wayne Barrett. This is his sort of circuit. He's able to slide the bike. He's got a lot of speedway experience. Very experienced champion. And Wayne Barrett looking for it towards Bradley Kite, who's really trying to chase. Look at Bradley slide, and he slides too far and slides to the dirt. He's going to get that bike off the racing line, but oh dear, one rider's got it. That rider was going to have it, but he didn't. He went around the outside. Wow, that was incredible. There's all action here. Wayne Barrett takes the checkered flag, and well, Bradley Kite was going like a rocket train there, but oversliding. Good to see Paul Oaten back on the scene. For those of you who've not been following the racing for a while, he's been on the racing scene a while. 366 Phil Vance, just ahead of Martin Sturgeon, and good to see the Bradley Kite remounted to get those points. A win for number 23, Wayne Barrett. In second place, number 186, Paul Oaten. In third place, number 366, Phil Vance. Fourth, number 15, Martin Sturgeon. In fifth place, number 495, Bradley Kite. In sixth place, number 199, Jessie Lamb, another one of the young lady racers. In seventh place, number 351, Adrian McClure. And in eighth place, number 189, Rob Snow. Winning time, 1 minute 23.09. 1 minute 23.09. So the riders get away again. This is the Auto Cadets. Do we have a clear start? I think there's at least one rider on the line, maybe two on the line still, is there? Well, they continue. One rider goes back, so I'm not quite sure what's happening here. You've got a couple on the line. Does the race continue? We've only got three riders coming around. So I'm not sure what happened there. 112, 91 and 77. So Kenny Bowdery not going. There's at least three riders on the line, so I'm not sure why this is the case, but confusion reigns in the Auto Cadets. Well, this has given 112 Ashton Webb the opportunity to take control, and the fact our first race leader, he's got work to do, isn't he? Oh, down he slides. What a slide. Did you get that, Bob's video? That was something, wasn't it? Kenny Bowdery there sliding off. He watches to see and he pushes the bike out of the way. Is he going to remount? Is Dad going to help him get remount so he can get some points? Come on, Dad, come and help him. And he pushes onto the infield. All action here, isn't it, in the Auto Cadets? So 112 Ashton Webb takes the checkered flag. 91 Kieran Hicks gets second. Judging by that race number, that's got to be Lee Hicks's son. Am I right? Got to be, isn't it? Ashton Webb second was 91. The addition to the programme, Kieran Hicks, and third 28, which was Aaron Pascoe. Just only three riders finished. 1 minute 50.43 the winning time, 1 minute 50.43. Well, it's nice to see a queue at the video store, DVDs. I see Martin Hook is helping to sell them as well. Sales, of course, you run your own motorcycle shop, don't you? I suppose you're used to selling. So there we go. So good to see you. Of course, red hot, these videos and DVDs, well worth getting your hands on them. So pop along. And don't forget the other stands, especially the Naomi Hospice charity stand. win the raffle tickets, and of course don't forget as well Grasstrack, very, very important for the Indian Riders Fund. Here we go. Well, leading the way, it is Jed Collins' edition of the programme. I gave him a big billing last time when he took the tumble, but he's from Northamptonshire, and Jed Collins is leading. Nathan Stoneman up in the second place, number 13. But now Jed Collins is a name to watch out for. Nearly everywhere I see him race, he's always out there leading, and well, he's doing it again. He's came up to Bristol when I was commentating there. I saw him win down at the Champion of Champions in the youth meeting down in Kent, and well, Jed Collins, he may be one to watch for, but look at the way Nathan Stoneman's closing on him. Although Nathan going very wide. Jed Collins in, leading this one. Nathan Stoneman in second place. Then we got number 3, Edward Evans, and then it's number 93, James Shanes. 4 riders in the lead, and then we got number 6, I think that is, Tyler Govier. Yes. Of course, it's got very, very slick. We had a rider in here just now, and he's just confirmed how hard it is out there. Very, very slick for the competitors now. Jed Collins in, takes the checkered flag, number 35, followed by 13, 3, 93, and number 6 coming around for that final place. No win for number 35, Jed Collins. In second place, number 13, Nathan Stoneman. Third was number 3, Edward Evans. Fourth, number 93, James Shanes. And in fifth place, number 6, Tyler Govier. Winning time, 1 minute 31.11. Right, away we go then. This is the youth, the juniors, and this is race 26. And they got some tough conditions to race in here because of the rain coming down. One rider slides off, he's okay, gets back up. There's number 10 who's taken the lead, that's Craig Drury. Darryl Richards in second place, followed by 59 and 17. Danny Drew and Lawrence Barber. The riders doing the chasing. Well, Darryl Richards and Craig Drury had a good battle first time out, but this time Darryl Richards has been left there. Craig Drury then leads. Darryl Richards coming under pressure there from 181, Matthew Saul. Then Lawrence Barber, then number 59, Danny Drew. And 256 Terry Bullock, behind Terry Bullock, number 20, Darren Drew, and bringing up the rear, number 95, Danny Boyle. Well, Craig Drury leads, Matthew Saul's taken over that second place now, and Darryl Richards next. So 10 and 181 and 18, now they finished the first 3. A win for number 10, Craig Drury. Second place 181, Matthew Saul. In third place, number 18, Darryl Richards. Fourth, number 59, Danny Drew. Fifth, 256, Perry Bullock. In sixth place, number 20, Darren Drew. In seventh place, number 95, Danny Boyle. And in 8th place, number 9, Jack Jones. Winning time, 1 minute 53.77. Obviously, pop over there and get some. going well with Rappleton. Just don't forget to come to the commentary box as well. On we go, the intermediates then. Charlie Saunders won first time out. We'll see what happens this time around. Of course, they got atrocious conditions to race in this time around. 32, 8 and 70 is the leaders. So 32 is Daniel James, addition to the programme. Look at this, three abreast as they come down towards it. 32 and 8. Well, Declan Richards, Stephen Maunder and Daniel James, a three-way battle here in the Inters. Yellow-black flag goes out, they're still racing three abreast. What a race this is. Number 8, Stephen Maunder has taken over the lead, but already coming under pressure. Look at this, as they go in those pit turns, they're fighting for every inch here. These three intermediate riders, and we're going to have a change again. Well, this is anybody's guess who's going to take victory in this one. It's either going to be Stephen Maunder or Daniel James or Declan Richards as they come towards that checkered flag. It's going to be tight. We've got back markers ahead of him. 78 and 32 was my reckoning. A win for number 70, Declan Richards. Second, number 8, Stephen Maunder. Third, number 32, Daniel James. Fourth, number 5, Chesney King. In fifth place was number 12, Chrismo Watts. In sixth place, number 101, Bradley Newlin. Seventh place was number 91, Liam DeRays. Eighth was number 16, ninth 83, and 10th 51. Winning time 1 minute 51.43. 1 minute 51.43. Well, we've got race 28, an exciting Andy Downs back out in this one. In the wet, Darren Harris also in this as well. Dave Hammond, Ian Guthridge. Oh, we've got a good lineup here for the uprights. Race 28 comes off the line. I think we may have a few riders dropped out. If any riders down in the pits are reserve, you might best to check to see if any of the riders are dropping out, because to me doesn't look like a full grid in this one. Well, coming around towards us for the first time, it is Andy Downs who leads. Derek Harris in second, Dave Hammond third, Phil 4. In fifth place, number 182. And number 30, those are the only ones in there. 182 is Glenn Waterfield, and number 30, Simon Gale with the other two. Well, Andy Downs looking good in this one. And you can see that the riders, the hands are trying to clear the vision, so clear those goggles. And some of them got tear-offs, they're trying to make sure that they can actually see. The visibility very, very poor indeed. I think if you get the chance during the day to applaud some of the riders in some of these races, I think it would be good putting your hands together, because I tell you what, it's really, really tough out there at the moment. Andy Downs in leads, number 11, 1 lap to go, he's pulling away. It's getting tight up front. Oh, Darren Harris has got problems. And goes Darren Harris. Now Phil Spencer comes on the inside of Dave Hammond. Dave Hammond, look at the way Dave Hammond and Phil Spencer are sliding their way around those pit turns. So, well, it is tough for them. Andy Downs winding that throttle on. Goes right out wide in the dirt, takes the checkered flag. Good victory there for Andy. Dave Hammond gets second place. Phil Spencer gets third. Who's going to get that fourth place? And it was a win for number 11, Andy Downs. In second place, 120, Dave Hammond. Third, 921, Phil Spencer. Fourth, number 182, Glenn Waterfield. And in fifth place, number 30, Simon Gale. Winning time, 1 minute 36.36. 1 minute 36.36. Darren Harris gets sixth place, so 171 could be put into place for sixth place. So that was 11, 120, 921, 182 and number 30, and now sixth place 171. So don't forget the advert there for the Worcestershire winner Grasstrack. Over the page we go, race 29, and this is the 500 solo upright. This is the second of the heats, this block of heats. This is heat 4 overall. And a full grid of riders here in this one. Coming around towards us, it's Dean Cutler, 180, good start there, Paul Garrett in second, Andy Thistle in third, Stuart Allen in fourth, Les Rowland in fifth. That's the leaderboard as they come by. James Peters not having a good day, he's at the back at the moment. But wow, Dean Cutler wriggling in these conditions, just look at the lead, he's pulling away. The man in green, Cutler Jr. this is. Of course Adrian Cutler is Daddy Cutler. So Dean Cutler leads 180. Paul Garrett of course used to the mud, used to the wet stuff. Andy Thistle in second. Stuart Allen next. There's Roland. Robert Martin's next. I don't think I've seen Dean Cutler ride this sprint before. He's really stamping his authority here on race 29. Yellow black flag goes out. 1 lap to go for Dean Cutler. Paul Garrett, as I mentioned earlier, is a time trials rider as well. And very good at it as well. I've seen him in the results in the Motocross News. And so he's used to a little wet, that's for sure. Les Rowland now in the veteran status. He's rode in the European Golden Oldie Championship in the past. Also done Southern Track Riders Speedway racing. So Dean Cutler wins. Paul Garrett gets second. Third, Andy Thistle. Fourth place, Stuart Allen. Fifth, Roland. A win for number 180, Dean Cutler. In second place, 117, Paul Derrick. Third, 175, Andy Thistle. Fourth, number 43, Stuart Allen. Fifth, 162, Les Rowland. And in sixth place, number 252, Ian Wakeford. Then in number only, 7th, 104, 8th, 351, 9th, 161, 10th, 143, and 11th, 45. Winning time, 1 minute 40.23, 1 minute 40.23. Away from number 3 in second place. Well, number 3, very quick starter in the right hand side, because that's Lee Jones and Matt Winch. And but Neil Owen got a good start. Now the battle's on here. It's getting very, very tight as they go in those pit turns. Wow, what about this? This is number 8. Well, Phil Sims and Gareth Beminster. Obviously Phil likes this wet conditions. That caught me off balance the way he was going there. Look at him sliding his way around those big turns. Well then Phil Sims and Neil Owen got his fucking gap. Incredible. 375 there. That's Pete Shaw. Phil Stoneman coming through. But Phil Sims and Gareth Beminster, whatever he's been having down in the pits, I'll have some of it, please. Phil Sims and Gareth Beminster, just look at them flying on this. To beat Neil Owen by this distance is incredible. Pete Shaw on the outside of Lee Jones on the inside. Then we've got number 81, John Stafford. Well, the checkered flag being made ready. Phil Sims and Gareth Beminster, what a win. Neil Owen in the second place. Kevin Colborne in the chair. Third place would be the fast starting Lee Jones and 375 followed by 81. A win for number 8 Phil Sims and Gareth Beminster. In second place number 4 Neil Owen and Kevin Colborne. Third place number 3 Lee Jones and Matt Winch. Fourth 375 Pete Shaw and Phil Stoneman. And in fifth place number 81 John Stafford and Del Page. Winning time 2 minutes 04.03. 2 minutes 04.03. Right, I think the tapes have been sorted. We're ready then for the right hand side cars. This is race 31. And you see how slick it is, how they get off the line now. Wayne Westaway looks like he's got the horse up. No, Lee Hicks is here. But it's the two Cornish drivers. I haven't had confirmation it's Lee Hicks, but that to me is Lee Hicks. That's 91. Going around the outside, so it's Cornwall 1 and 2 here. Lee Hicks leads. And Wayne Westaway in second place. So we've seen Phil Sims win last time out. Is it possible that it rains quite a lot in Cornwall and these guys are used to the wet tracks? I'm not sure, because Phil Sims did well last time out. So Lee Hicks leads, Wayne Westaway in second place. Then it's the Skinners from Bromsgrove in Worcestershire in third place, Bromsgrove and Redditch area. Lee Hicks stamping his authority on this one. Lee Hicks leads, Wayne Westaway still second, third, no change there. Then we have number 52, Luster Page and Paddy Monk. Aubrey Steele just ahead there of Mark Heatley at the back. Mark Heatley with the new passenger Martin Davis. Well, Lee Hicks dominating this one. 1 lap to go. Wayne Westaway leading the points championship for the club championship for the 3 rounds. Because Wayne Westaway is the reigning Southern Centre Grasstrack Riders Association sidecar champion. Brother Justin used to race, and father Ken was also a racer. Dave Westaway, his uncle, was a multi-Cornish champion. Lee Hicks takes victory. Number 91, 118, 228. The numbers are 91, 118, 228, 52, 124 and 116. Now we believe the interval will be after race 48, because they'll be working the points out for the grand finals, the climax. So I believe that's when the interval is going to be. I know Will Tustin was asking when the interval will be, so there's your answer, Will. Race 32, solo open, this is the pre-75s. Well, Will wouldn't have heard that anyway, would he? Because he's in this race. Dave Hammond leads. Look at this, Dave Hammond. I should say Dave Abbott. Dave Hammond up and away, of course. This Dave Abbott is doing the chasing now, just behind John Wheatley. Will Tustin on the smaller 250 machine, dropping back in 4th place. Well, Dave Hammond looks like he's likes it out in the dirt, goes right out wide. High wide on Hampton there. Dave Hammond. John Wheatley. Chased by Avo. Dave Abbott there, then Will Tucker and Steve Cox. Steve Cox was really spectacular on that circuit at Melbourne last week. And then Rob Snow. That's the order. Less than a lap to go for Dave Hammond. Well, Dave Abbott could make a call on John Wheatley, but Steve Cox still owes him on Willie Custard. Rob Snow into the back one. I think that 51 must be a lap down there. That's Kevin Beer. Dave Hammond then, number 120, takes the checkered flag in race 32. John Wheatley gets second place. Dave Abbott gets third. Fourth place to Steve Cox. Fifth place to Willie Custard. Of course, only on the 250 against the 500s there. And it was a win for 120, Dave Hammond. In second place, number 19, John Wheatley. Third place, number 62, Dave Abbott. Fourth, 313, Steve Cox. Fifth place, number 80, Will Tustin. Sixth was number 51, Kevin Beer. And taking the checkered flag now, in seventh place, it's Rob Snow, number 189. Winning time, 1 minute 43.79. 1 minute 43.79. Just to let you know that Danebury Grasstrack Club inquired about Roland Fotheringham to see how he was after he took that tumble 2 weeks ago, and they said he came out the same day, so sounds like Roland's okay. That's the sort of news we like to hear. If anybody's got any different news, please let us know. We're missing his battles with Norman Hornblow, of course, today. Right, this is the 250cc, and well, the British champion has dominated the 250s. Lee Street, of course. Now the conditions have changed. We'll see what's going to happen. And it is number 8 who leads. And Chris Still it is. Now this is interesting because the track has got very slick since the British champion Lee Street was out. And whether that will make a difference, we'll see whether Lee Street likes the wet. But certainly Chris Still, in addition to the programme, number 80, looks like he likes the wet, that's for sure. Lee Street's going to take the outside line. They're side by side. What about this as they go wheel to wheel into those 10 turns. 4 seconds in third. Then it's Jim Collins in fourth. And look at that going on there. Willie Custard and Robert May side by side on those little 250s. But at the moment, Lee Street up front has taken over from Chris Still. And Chris certainly putting Lee Street under pressure in this one. Leading him to the first couple of laps. 1 lap to go for Lee Street. Lee Street leads. Chris Still in second place. Paul Simmons in third. Jim Collins is a fourth. Former 500cc rider who went to road racing. He's in fourth place. Robert May from 6th of his 10th is next. And it's really tested. Charlie Patterson is there. And then it's 87 followed by 22 and 152. But here come the leaders. The checkered flag goes out. And the British champion remains unbeaten. Number 75, Chris Still gets second. Paul Simmons on a lonely third place. And Jim Collins coasts over the line to take fourth place. Race number 33, the 250, a win for number 75, Lee Street. In second place, number 8, Chris Still. Third, number 31, Paul Simmons. Fourth, number 205, Jim Collins. Fifth, number 2, Robert May. In sixth place, number 80, Will Tustin. Seventh, number 87, Dan Chamberlain. Eighth, number 48, Charlie Patterson. Ninth, number 22, Paul May. And in 10th place, number 152, Elvis Vale. Winning time, 1 minute 29.97. 1 minute 29.97. Well, Lee Street was put under pressure that time around, but he responded well by taking victory. Now it's the classic bikes now, race 34, vintage, post-vintage, and 358 combined. Peter Clark gets it inside from Rob Wright, Dave Abbott. And then the grooves there with Rodney Elmore. Abbo trying to go around the outside in the second place, he succeeds. And there is 167 Brian Cooper. And Brian's over 70, and that's tough going out there for him. Of course, there's 3 generations of one family should have been in this this class, but I expect the conditions have beaten Jamie and Richard because they're not out. That's the Coopers. Peter Clark there from Dave Abbott, Rob Wright, and Rodney Elmore. The old grooves there smoking, but look at Appo beating Rob Wright. Rob Wright on a Hagen Jap. These are some of the classic machines that raced many years ago. Of course, you've got to remember that Brian Cooper's on a dirt track rug from 1929-30. So Peter Clark, Peter's getting on for 70. Dave Abbott, the chairman of the Swindon Grasstrack Club, just ahead of all-rounder Rob Wright. And then there's Rodney Elmore, a member of the Southern Centre Grasstrack Riders Association. Peter Clark, also the machine examiner at Somerset Speedway, is Peter. And those who like the sidecars are at Somerset on August the 12th. 177, Peter Clark takes victory. Dave Abbott gets second, Rob Wright gets third, Rodney Elmore gets fourth, and Brian Cooper gets fifth. Let's see some hands clapping in, some air horns going, or car horns I should say. Righto boys, that's the way. 177 a win then, Peter Clark. Second, number 62, Dave Abbott. Third, 210 Rob Wright. Fourth, 159 Rodney Elmore. And in fifth place, 167 Brian Cooper. Winning time, 1 minute 54.67. 1 minute 54.67. Solo Open 350cc. And well, we look for Matt Etherington, number 5, who's dominated proceedings so far. He's not leading to start with. Jody Hodgson, a flyer. Tremendous start from Jody Hodgson, the son of Richard Hodgson. Richard, his father, 5-time record centre champion. He still rides a few times, but Jody Hodgson, this is one of the best rides he's had for a long time. And he's beaten Matt Etherington out of the gate, and he's leading him here. And Matt has dominated the 350s so far. And he's closing on Jody, but Jody is holding him off. Jody Hodgson leads, Matt Etherington second. And well, Matt Etherington's got the medal of Jody Hodgson, but he can't take it away. There's Jody Hodgson leading there for a couple of laps over Matt Etherington, a champion in the 350 class, and well, Jody really flew out of that gate. One lap to go for Matt Etherington. Jody Hodgson, Mike Peters, Paul Derrick, Terry Massing and John Shane. Then we have number 9, Gavin Horsburgh. Of course, Gavin, like this condition, speedway experience, so he knows their way. This will fall into the laps of some of the speedway riders. But Matt Etherington takes victory in race number 35, a win for number 5. Jody Hodgson, tremendous race, in second. Mike Peters third. Paul Derrick fourth. Fifth place 213. Terry Massey followed by 9, 193, 7 and 28. A win for number 5, Matt Etherington. In second place, what a ride, a win, or I should say second place for 222, Jody Hodgson. Third, 137, Mike Peters. Fourth, 117, Paul Derrick. Fifth, 213, Terry Massingham. In sixth place, number 9, Gavin Horsburgh. Then numbers only. In seventh place, 193. Eighth, number 7. Ninth, 28. 10th, 45. 11th, 182. Winning time, 1 minute 30.62. 1 minute 30.62. Now I can tell you that the number one photographer is here today. The photographer for the Speedway Star, Alan Whale. So I'm sure that we're going to get a lot of photographs in the Speedway Star this coming Thursday. So watch out for that, because Alan will probably do a montage of different photographs in there. So riders, you may see your picture in the Speedway Star this coming Thursday if you're lucky. 500 sidecars, race number 36 come off the line. As they come towards us, it is number 69, Scott Francis and Paul Fisher, and the Mike Reed. Mike Reed and Paul Lee on the Wayne Reed machine. Closing in. Number 69 it is. And Scott Francis coming under pressure now from Mike Reed. Sarah Morton right there with him as well. Mike Reed closes up on Scott Francis. Scott Francis still holds him off. I'm on the top part of the circuit. The yellow-black flag goes out. Scott Francis still holding off Mike Reed. And we got Tony Cook, he's ahead there. On right. Will there be a change up front? It looks like Scott Francis is going to hold that line. As he comes around towards that checkered flag, it looks like he's going to take the victory. Mike Reed tries to close the gap. 69, 50, 56. Misfiring machine there for Tony Cook. And then Rob Wright, and then number 83, Peter Landgraf. Scott Francis and Paul Fisher. In second place, number 56, Mike Reed and Paul Lee. In third place, number 6, Sean Chick and Sarah Morton. Fourth place to number 10. Number 10, Tony Cook and Martin Boyd. In fifth place, number 33, Robin Wright and his passenger, Neil Bunday. And in sixth place, number 83, local pub landlord Pete Landgren and Philip Higgin. Winning time, 1 minute 41.11. 1 minute 41.11. Race 37 next. And just a reminder everybody, the interval will be after race 48. After race 48, the interval, where you'll be able to get a chance to visit all the stalls down behind the commentary box, and marshals will be able to get a breather. But at the moment, we are on with our next race, race 37. We stay with the 500 sidecars. Well, only 3 outfits in this one. Scott Dunn, Alan Morgan and Gary Ball, the drivers with their partners in that order. Well, Scott Dunn and Joanne Brown, they've not been beaten yet today in their races, and they're leading this one. It looks like Gary Ball and Debbie Bird are dropping back. Anders McFarlane, the chasing duo, chasing racing. Now they seem to be very, very quick indeed. They've obviously raced motorcycles before. I haven't come across this duo, but they're going very quick indeed. Alan Morgan and Anders McFarlane from Bridgnorth, up in the Shropshire-Worcestershire border. So, what one is done? In total control of this one, Joanne Brown in the chair. I don't think we're going to get a change here. Pretty well spread out now. So we're missing a few this time. Keith Richards and Andy Harrison. So it's not done. Alan Morgan and Gary Ball taking in that order. Scott Dunn and Joanne Brian Brown. In second place, number 156, Alan Morgan and Anders McFarlane. And in third place, number 189, Gary Ball and Debbie Bird. Winning time, 1 minute 39.53. 1 minute 39.53. Away we go, this is the 500s. Richard Harbour looks like he got a good start there. Number 28, which he's a Charles Run, he's used to the mud as well, but it's Wayne Barrett. Look at this, as riders go wide. Wow, this is going to be pretty tight because let's see how Tim Knowles can catch Wayne Barrett. Wayne Barrett is an absolute flyer. And well, Tim Knowles, you've seen what he can do. Let's see if the younger man can chase the veteran here. Wayne Barrett. David Durham in fifth. It's almost like a final race now. Paul Derrick and Richard Harbour, who started so quickly. And then number 83 is next, which is Stephen Gale. But still, it is Wayne Barrett. It's holding up against the contender here. Tim Knowles is trying to close that gap. They both taking off the challenge there of Gareth and Bradley. But at the moment, it is coming towards the checkered flag. It's going to be Wayne Barrett. It is Wayne Barrett. And well, Tim Knowles could do nothing at all about it. Gareth Hickmott gets third. Fourth place to Bradley Kite, number 495. Fifth place to 47, David Durham. Well, you see those five in any final, wouldn't you, in the country? Paul Derrick is next, 117. And then it was number 28, Richard Harbour, getting a 7th place after starting in pole position. And then it was number 83, Stephen Gale. 23, Wayne Barrett. In second place, number 21, Tim Knowles. Third place went to number 17, Gareth Hickmott. Fourth was 495, Bradley Kite. In fifth place, number 47, David Durham. In sixth place, number 117, Paul Derrick. Then we had in seventh, number 28, Richard Harbour. And in eighth place, number 83, Stephen Gale. Winning time, 1 minute 24.21. The numbers were 23, 21, 17, 495, 47, 117, 28 and 83 was how they finished. And we've heard that we got Matt Ford here from Poole Speedway. Welcome Matt to the grass track here. And John Weeks side by side. Well, Martin Williams, not the dominant Martin we're used to, but he's have to fight hard for every point here today to get in that final. Martin Williams comes running the other side, taking us John Weeks. Now he's shaking off the challenge there with Robert Meir. Kieran Davidson and Robert Martin having a battle at the back. But as they come round towards us, it's getting very, very tight for that second place. One lap to go, Martin Williams under pressure. Martin Williams closes in on Martin Sturgeon, goes through on the inside. A beautiful move there from Martin Williams to Fluent in Gloucestershire. He's taking control of this race. He goes down the back straight. And and he is leading. Martin Sturgeon in second, Robert Meir in third. And a fabulous race coming from fourth to first. Number 25, Martin Williams from Martin Sturgeon in second, Robert Meir in third. A win for number 25, Martin Williams. In second place, number 15, Martin Sturgeon. In third place, number 151, Robert Meir. Fourth place, number 46, John Weeks. Fifth place, number 120, Dave Hammond. Sixth place, number 104, Robert Martin. Seventh place, number 53, Kieran Davison. Winning time, 1 minute 24.98. 1 minute 24.98. Right, away we go, the 500cc Solo Open, and this is sponsored by New Road Service Station near Warminster. Race 40, Heat 9 of the 500. In the place, we used to see Jesse Lamb riding regular at Reading Speedway in the second half, but these days concentrating on the grass. He also did a bit of Conference League Speedway riding as well, did Jesse? But it is Matt Etherington. Paul Alton, the commercial manager of Somerset National Speedway, in second place, maybe return to Grasstrack this season. Still getting back in the swing of it, but of course, he doesn't take long. Look at this ball, great going side by side. For Matt Etherington. Second. Steve Lee about to come in with pressure from the youngster. As Jack Meredith closes up. So victory goes to Matt Etherington. Number 5. Paul Alton gets second place. Steve Lee is third. And Jack Meredith is fourth. Race 40, the result, a win for number 5, Matt Etherington. In second place, 186, Paul Alton. Third, 93, Steve Lee. Fourth, 461, Jack Meredith. Fifth, 199, Jesse Lamb. In sixth place, number 24, David Trickey. Numbers only then in 7th, 351, 8th, 86, 9th, 82, 10th, 811, winning time, quickest of the 3/500s there, it was 1 minute 23.83, 1 minute 23.83, and well, Matt Etherington was absolutely flying there. The numbers were 5, 186, 93, 461, 199, 24, 351, 86, 82, and 811. We're on with the Auto Cadets, this is the future. 112 winner last time, and 33 winners the first heat. So these are the Auto Cadets. So Ashton Webb and Kenny Bowdry going side by side, head to head. They both won a race, and they're both doing battle in this one. The Auto Cadets. What a scrap we got going on here between these two. Ashton Webb, 112, ahead of 33. Kenny Bowdry. Ashton from Swindon. Kenny from Mitcham. Then we got number 11, Connor Locke from Maidstone. Followed by the young Cornishman there. And that is number 91, Kieran Hicks. Well, looks like Kenny starting to pull away now. And he does, and he takes the checker flag. Number 33 from 112. A win for number 33, Kenny Bowdry. Second, 112, Ashton Webb. Third, number 11, Connor Locke. Fourth, number 91, Kieran Hicks. Winning time, 1 minute 41.36, 1 minute 41.36. This is race 41A. 41A, just on the line now. The interval will be after race 48. Race 48 will be a nice interval for the marshals and the medical team to have a break, and of course your chance to buy plenty of the goodies behind the commentary box from the Grasstrack stand, the video stand, and of course support the Naomi Hospice. Right, the cadets are away. They come round towards us. Track now starting to dry out a little bit. It's number 3, Edward Evans, followed by Jed Collins, then James James, and Nathan Stoneman. Well, this is interesting because Jed Collins and Nathan Stoneman both left and have to fight their way through. Jed Collins, I think, will hit the front first. He does. He goes into the lead. So that means Edward Evans goes back into second. But of course Nathan Stoneman's not too far behind in third. Closing up now, Nathan. Closes up. Going wide. Jed Collins it is who leads. Nathan Stoneman alongside. And now challenging for that second place. Edward Evans coming under pressure here. And James Shanes keeping a watching brief back in 4th place. Nathan Stoneman takes the outside line. Edward Evans fights back. So the battle here is for second place with Jed Collins leading. Of course that fall first time out will affect the points here for Jed Collins. It'll be interesting to see what the overall positions are at the end of the day. 35, Jed Collins wins. Edward Evans, followed by Nathan Stoneman and James Shanes. The result of race 41A, a win for number 35, Jed Collins. Second place, number 3, Edward Evans. Third, number 13, Nathan Stoneman. Fourth, number 93, James Shanes. And 5th place, number 6, Tyler Govier. Winning time, 1 minute 25.73. Away we go then, we stay in with the youth. This is the youth juniors on now. And they come towards us. This time it's Darryl Richards with Josh Dingle going well, but Craig Drury, winner last time out, battled with Darryl first in the first race and won the second race, is back in third. Quite a way back now from the two leading riders, but this time it is Josh Dingle from Cornwall who's taken up the challenge from Nuki on the Kawasaki. But Craig Drury is closing. Darryl Richards in lead. Josh Dingle there in second, then Craig Drury. And Craig is getting right up there with him. 181 Matthew Saul is next, followed by number 17 Lawrence Barber. Behind Lawrence Barber is 59 Danny Drew, and then number 95 is next, which is Danny Boyle. Well, Craig Drury has got the better of Josh Dingle, and now he's closing in on Darryl Richards. So Darryl Richards is going to have to keep a tight line and keep in front here. He does. But Craig Drury is right in there. He's right to the outside line, does Craig, and he's going to take it wide. We've got a back marker ahead of them both. This might make it interesting. Craig Drury closes up as they go to those quick turns. Darryl Richards just holds him off. Now Craig's alongside. He comes alongside. It's side by side as they go down their back straight. And Darryl keeps it tied up. Another back marker ahead. This is going to be interesting. Craig Drury on the outside of Darryl Richards. Side by side as they come towards the checkered flag. Anybody's race as the checkered flag is made ready. It is Darryl Richards who does it. What a race that was for the youth juniors. Superb stuff. There we go. Darryl Richards, number 18. Well done, Darryl. The result of race 42. A win for number 18, Darryl Richards. Second place, number 10, Craig Drury. Third, number 7, Josh Dingle. 4th, 181, Matthew Saul. 5th place, number 17, Lawrence Barber. In 6th place, number 59, Danny Drew. In 7th place, number 95, Danny Boyle. 8th was 256, Perry Bullock. 9th, number 1, Lee Cutler. And 10th, number 9, Jack Jones. Winning time, 1 minute 45.70. 1 minute 45.70. Race 43, the interiors are here. Charlie Saunders in second place. And then we have number 32, Daniel James. Well, Charlie Saunders looks pretty good here as he pulls away. He's left the riders in his wake here. Charlie Saunders from a little village called Mighty. 7-9 moving up. That's Alex Evans. Alex Evans then moving up into second place. Well, Charlie Saunders comes from a little village called Mighty. Some of you older fans may remember Alex Fletcher, Graham Fletcher. Who else was there? John Fuchs used to come from there, used to ride, and of course the most famous rider, Mike Dean, who rode for Swindon Speedway. They all came from the village of Mighty. Number 32, trying to keep ahead of 179. So Daniel James battling hard there with Alex Evans for second place. Charlie Saunders heading for that checkered flag. Number 25, victory, race 43, 32 gets second, 179 and 70, that's how the first four finish. Race 43, a win for number 25, Charlie Saunders. Second place to number 32, Daniel James. Third was 179, Alex Evans. Fourth, number 70, Declan Richings. Fifth, number 5, Chesney King. And in sixth place, number 91, Liam DeRays. Winning time, 1 minute 37.9. 1 minute 37.9. Off the line they go for the pre-75s. John Wheatley second, Matthew third, Tom fourth, Rob Wright is next, and it's number 51 is the rider. Next rider, well 51 of course says the rider I always keep looking for 551, that's Kevin Beer, of course he so many years had 551, and there he's on 51, it confuses me, it was 51. John Wheatley, who is arranged by the Duckers. Ian from the Midlands, and Steve Cox does there. Steve Cox helps out on the line at Somerset Speedway, helps out to the start line. Dave Hammer with 1 lap to go. No change there. John Wheatley still being active by the Duckers. Ian Guthridge makes his move, he comes alongside John Wheatley, and the pressure is on. It's side by side for second place. John Wheatley's not going to give up. Ian Guthridge there on the outside. This is going to be side by side as they come towards the checkered flag. Anybody's racing for second place. Dave Hammond's going to win. He does. Ian Guthridge gets second. Speed up to the top of the head there. John Wheatley gets third. Steve Cox gets fourth. Fifth place goes to Kevin Beer, number 51. Win for 120, Dave Hammond. Second place, 174, Ian Guthridge. Third, number 19, John Wheatley. Fourth, 313, Steve Cox. Fifth, number 51, Kevin Beer. And in sixth place, number 210, Rob Wright. the numbers were 120, 174, 19, 313, 51, 210, 1 minute 35.59. Well, Phil Sims won last time out, so we'll see what he can do this time around. The track's dried out a bit since he last was in action, so we'll see whether he can still do it. He had the right of his life last time around. Off the line they go. The second place. Jonathan Skinner, the ex-stock car driver, going well in third place. So Neil Owen it is, former British left-hand champion, of course left-hand sidecars. We've seen him in 10th, and of course something from West Wales, of course. Neil Owen ahead, but wow, Phil Sims doing really well, and of course he's got super passenger there, celebrating his 21st birthday. He looks over his shoulder and sees where the opposition is, but at the moment leading the way is Neil Owen, number 4. Are still holding on second place, but they're about to lose that second place. It's getting mighty, mighty close there for second spot, and the battle is for second place. The yellow and black flag is about to go out. Here goes the yellow and black flag, and well, Neil Owen is really well here. Phil Sims goes wide, he's left it in one in. So 51 there, yep, into second place. But Neil Owen looking good and heading for that checkered flag. That's the reserve, that's Rick McCauley, you get second. Different to him go, 228. Followed by Mark Heatley, 124. Her win for number 4, Neil Owen. And his passenger Kevin Colborne in second place, number 51. The reserve, that's Rick McCauley and Phil Stoneman. In third place, number 8, Phil Sims and Gareth Beminster. Fourth place went to 228, Fred and John Skinner. And in fifth place, number 124, Mark Heatley. And his new passenger, Martin Davis. Winning time, 1 minute 44.04. Oh, there's the Hodgson family marching by. Jody, you rode extremely well in that race. Oh, they're coming to see us here, coming in the commentary box. But Jody Hodgson, a superb ride last time out. The right-hand side cars then come up to the line for race 46. Takes rise and we're away, and let's look out for Wayne Westaway and Lee Hicks. Winner last time out is last away, so this will be interesting. Will he be able to fight his way through the pack? The other Cornishmen's hit the front. Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney have hit the front. Mark Courtney looks over his shoulder to see where the opposition is. I'm sure he's looking for Lee Hicks, but Lee has been pegged at the back. He comes by 1. Is he going to try and fight his way through? He's going to try and go around 2, but at the moment it is Wayne Westaway ahead of Lee Jones. And then Lester Page. Good to see a good turnout of right-hand side cars here today. In fact, when you consider that Rick McCauley could only get in his reserve, you can see that it's a tremendous lineup of 1000cc sidecars. Wayne Westaway, Mark Courtney. Number 81 is moved up. That's John Stafford and Del Page. He moved up into third place. And well, Lee Hicks is making hard work of trying to fight his way through here. The interval will be after race 48. 1 lap to go for Wayne Westaway, Mark Courtney. And well, Legion stood very wide. He can do nothing about this at all. He's only managed to get past one rider. And look how he dominated last time out. Number 81 is closing. So John Stafford and Del Page closing in on that second place. As they go into those pit turns, they go wide, they're going to go around the outside, they're going to try and come around the outside for that second spot. They're going to do it as well, they've done it. A win for 118, Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. In second place, superb ride, coming from the back there, number 81, John Stafford and Del Page. In third place, number 3, Lee Jones and Matt Winch. Fourth place, number 52, Lester Page and Paddy Monk. In fifth place, number 91, Lee Hicks, and we don't know Lee's passenger. In sixth place, 116, Aubrey Steele and Gary Allen. Winning time, 1 minute 47.26. We have a call out for, we need one of the parents, Giacomo Cassell, number 77, if you could please come to the commentary box and see the secretary. Thank you very much. Well, we've got a full grid of riders here for race 47 as they stream away from the start. We'll pick them up as they come around towards us. Thistle got a good start. He's on the side of the Harris. Wendy's got 4 men. Darren Harris takes the lead. Andy Thistle goes wide. So it's the man from Western Supermare, Darren Harris, who's taken control and pulls away. Now Darren's been riding very, very quickly this year. He's had some really good outings at both Bristol and Swindon early this year, and Somerton I think he rode well. Darren Harris then, 171, takes over the lead from Andy Thistle. Dean Cutler goes wide, he loses that one rider, comes through on the front, 3 riders there. But the first 2 now pulling away from the rest of the field. And well, obviously Darren Harris has got that bike going well now. With 1 lap to go, 171 is on a lead there. Andy Thistle, 175 in second. Dean Cutler moves up in the third. And the rider who cut through on about 3 or 4 other riders on that pit turn last time around was number 2, Robert May. And Robert, although he lost out to Dean Cutler, he managed to get 3 riders and come by them. But up front, these 2 riders, what a pace, what a cracking pace. Darren Harris leads over the line. Darren Harris then. Whoa, Dean Cutler on the inside there of number 2, Robert May. Well, that's some finish between those 2. Race number 47, the official result. A win for number 171, Darren Harris. In second place, number 175, Andy Thistle. Third place was number 180, Dean Cutler, just on the line there, beating number 2 in fourth place, which was Robert May. Fifth place to 921, Phil Spencer. Sixth was 104, Robert Martin. And then in order, 7th 182, 8th number 43, 9th number 22, 10th 161. Winning time 1 minute 31.07. Winning time 1 minute 31.07. Away we go. Our final race before the interval. This is race 48. This is heat 6 of the solos upright. And well, that man Andy Downs is there again. Look at the way he goes out really wide. He's gone very, very wide. He's going to let one of the other riders in, is he? No, he holds on. Dave Allen comes up behind him. And Paul Derrick slides his way into third. No sign of challenge for second. But Andy Downs has got away. Andy Downs it is, and leading this one. The rider from Salisbury. Paul Derrick moves up and keeps out of Andy Downs. Paul Derrick started slowly, and this is a surprise. He's got the better of Andy Downs. Andy Downs goes running outside, he fights back. Number 141, Mike Tucky going well from Hovers, going well in this one as well, but look up front. Andy Downs being put under extreme pressure by Paul Derrick. He's fought his way back. Paul Derrick caught Andy Downs napping. Managed to get up the challenge there. Dave Hammond now coming under pressure for that third place. By number 141, Mike Tucky. Mike again comes to try and challenge that. And Paul Derrick comes up the inside and he's done it. He's fought Andy Napping again and he's taken the victory. 117 takes victory. And the 141 gets the winner of Dave Hammond. Real shape there. Tremendous race action here in race 48. A win for 117, Paul Derrick. In second place, number 11, Andy Downs. Third, 141, Mike Tucky. Fourth, number 120, Dave Hammond. Fifth was 162, Les Rowland. And in sixth place, number 252, Ian Wakeford. Then on number only, 7th 351, 8th 143, 9th 189, and 10th number 30. Winning time 1 minute 31.41, 1 minute 31.41. Right, here we go with the runoff, and Darryl Richings has got an absolute flyer.
There's two girls in my year.
Oh, there's only two of them.
So Darryl Richings it is who leads. This is the runoff for the junior, and everything's erasable, but Craig Drury knows some of the back. He's probably going to get away too much because it's a massive gap.
That was one of them. She's about that big. She's about that big. That's what
Now Craig Drury trying to wind it on, but well, to no avail at the moment. Darryl Richings doing the business.
I can tell the difference now. I know. That's the name. What? She's saying she can't let you get them out. You like the girls there? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, a little bit of toffee on your neck, don't you?
Well, Darryl Richings with 1 lap to go, dominating this runoff, and an expected battle here with Craig Drury, but not materialising at all. Some horns blowing. There we go. Well done, boys. There's Craig a second, and there's Darryl. There you go. Well done, boys. That's the way. Oh yeah, it could have been dance hall from them just then. Very good. Any little ones on the way there? Oh, we shouldn't say that, should I? Granny Hillary, that was a ring about it, I don't know. Granny Hillary. Hillary's called the race secretary. Point. Way to go. Want to watch for Matt Etherington, but the young lady, Terry Massingham, got an absolute flyer off the line there. Matt Etherington comes alongside. There's Matt Etherington who now leads. Come round towards you. Terry Massingham keeps his phone on the inside. What Matt Hetherington. I didn't see him. So where is he? He's dominated the racing all this time. He's in the programme to ride, so Mike Peters is the one that leads. Well, that was a surprise. Mike Peters. Chris Pay in second place. Mike Peters leading, and this is a surprise, and this will certainly affect the points for the 350cc. A no show here for Matt Hetherington in race 49. Mike Peters in. It is out in the lead. Chris Pay in second place. Paul Jones side by side. There's John Shea. And then Shane Hooper, number 55. We haven't seen too much of Shane Hooper today, but he's out in this one. Shane, he's had some outings down at Weymouth Speedway. Mike Peters in leads, coming under pressure from Chris Pay. There we go, we have a result. It's Mike Peters the winner, 59 gets second. Was a win for 137 Mike Peters. In second place, number 59, Chris Pay. In third place, 117, Paul Gary. Fourth, 213, Terry Massington. In fifth place, number 193, John Shea. Sixth place, number 84, Gordon Walker. In seventh place, number 55, Shane Hooper. Eighth place, number 22, Gideon Hodgson. And in ninth place, number 9, Gavin Horsburgh. That's how they finished, and the winning time 1 minute 24.48. 1 minute 24.48. We have the pre-75s next, race 50. Incidentally, that was interesting, wasn't it? We had no Matt Hetherington and also Jody Hodgson. And we had the other thing, because Steve Knox was quite because he's done nothing like this all day, and he's now leading. Although not for long, as Ian Guttridge comes by. But a tremendous start there by Steve Cox here in the pre-75s. And this will certainly make it wide open. There's Will Tufton in fifth. Well, we seem to be missing Rob Wright's missing from this one, so too is Norman Hornblow. Adrian McClure also missing from this one. One lap to go, but Kevin Beer being chased there by Will Tustin on that little 250 of his. Ian Guttridge looking impressive in this one. This is race 50 in your programme. Last year's British champion in the 375, taking victory. Dave Abbott gets second. Steve Cox third. Kevin Beer fourth. And Will Tustin fifth. A win for number 174, Ian Guttridge. In second place, number 62, Dave Abbott. In third place, 313, Steve Cox. In fourth place, number 51, Kevin Beer. In fifth place, number 80, Will Tustin. Winning time, 1 minute 28.77. 1 minute 28.77. The numbers were 174, 62, 313, 51, and number 80. Winning time again, 1 minute 28.77. We're on with the intermediates. This is race 51 in the programme. Charlie Thornton, number 8. Second border. So Charlie Saunders doesn't start here. Almost second border. 179 Alex Evans holding up the rest. Charlie Saunders, who's really doing the business here. Charlie Saunders then, with 1 lap to go. In second place. 179, Alex Evans ahead of Chris Watts. Checker flag goes to Charlie Saunders, number 25, Stephen Warner in second place, and Alex Evans just hangs on in there for third spot. A win for number 25, Charlie Saunders. In second place, number 8, Stephen Maunder. In third place, number 179, Alex Evans. In fourth place, number 12, Chris Watts. Fifth, number 70, Declan Richings. In sixth place, number 51, Mark Johnston. In seventh place, number 101, Bradley Newley. And in eighth place, number 16, Matt Keane. Winning time, 1 minute 30.11. 1 minute 30.11. So we now wait then for the 500 upright coming to the line. We've got 117 Paul Derrick, we've got 921 Phil Spencer, 180 Dean Cutler, number 11 Andy Down, 175 Andy Thistle, 120 Dave Hammond, 252 Ian Wakeberg, 182 Glenn Waterford, 162 Les Rowland, 141 Mike Seppy, and 189 Rob Snow. They're on the line, they're ready to go. Who's going to take this one? This is the upright final. Off the line they go. And the battle is on. 4 laps. This one's sponsored by Wasp Motorcycles. And they come round for the first time in this final. And it is Paul Derrick. He's got the Ultron of the Paul Derrick. Andy Thistle in fourth. Andy Thistle comes from the inside of Andy Downs. Andy Downs fights back. Now Andy Downs trying to come running outside into second place. Doesn't succeed. Andy Thistle comes back up a place into third spot. And it's getting very, very tight up front. And we lost Paul Derrick. Paul Derrick, the leader, goes out. So our leader has gone out. So Dave Hammond and Lee, Ron, Andy Thistle, Andy Downs. It's a three-race battle now. And Andy Downs goes around the outside of the second place. He's closing in on the leader. As they come down with 1 lap to go, Andy Downs takes over the lead. Dave Hammond. Andy Thistle still tucked in behind. Keeping a watching brief. Then Mike Seppy, then Bill Smith, then Rob Snow. That's the order. Andy Downs, he may go wide, he has a tendency to go wide sometimes. This will be interesting as they come into the last 2 turns. Andy Downs, will he keep it tight? He's going to get that checkered flag. Andy Downs then moves from Dave Hammond, then Andy Thistle, followed by Mike Seppy, then it was Phil Spencer, then Rob Snow in 6th, followed by Les Rowland, and then it was Dean Cutler in 8th place. Let's see some hands clapping. Andy Downs, the winner, Dave Hammond, and Andy Thistle, they're the ones who did the business. And all the others have put up a fabulous show to qualify for the final. Right, let's give you the official result then of race 52, the upright open final. It was a win for number 11, Andy Downs. In second place, number 120, Dave Hammond. Third, 175, Andy Thistle. In fourth place, 141, Mike Tuckey. In fifth place, number 921, Phil Spencer. Sixth was 189, Rob Snow. In seventh place, number 162, Les Rowlands. Eighth then was 180, ninth 182, and 10th 252. And the winning time, 1 minute 26.84. 1 minute 26.84. So the riders on the line then, we have Scott Dunn, Joanne Brian Brown, 118, 69 is Scott Francis and Paul Fisher. We've got number 56, Naomi Rice, 57, that's Mike Lee. And the Paul Lee, right, here we go, off the line. This is going to be an interesting one to see whether 118 can remain unbeaten today. He's been going like a rocket train all day. And he's got that whole shot and he leads. It is 118. Tucking in behind there. Sean Chick, but trying to close in on Mike Reed. Mike Reed doesn't leave a big enough gap for him to go through. So number 6 stays in 4th place. But leading the way, it is 118. Scott Dunn and Joanne Brian Brown. They lead the way as they come back round towards us. Also number 69, Scott Francis and Paul Fisher. And still, right then exhaust right there of Mike Reed and his passenger Paul Lee. These 4 broken away from the other one. We've lost one, I think, but at the moment, as Gary Ball, I don't think is a non-starter. He was due to be in the final, but he's not there. Mike be able to get in there and beat Mike Reed. That's where the battle is now, between these 2 drivers and their passengers. Sean Chick is not going to let off. He's up there right up behind the exhaust pipe. He's going to make his move, is he? I think 118 Scott Dunn is going to do the business here. As they come towards the checkered flag, he is. It's 118. 69. Scott Francis. Oh, Mike Reed just holds off with Sean Chick. And then the new boy, who's they've done a bit of speedway, they were telling me in the break. And that's 156 getting in 5th. Scott Dunn and Joanne Brian Brown. In 2nd place, number 69, Scott Francis and Paul Fisher. Here you go, everybody, show your appreciation. Here's the winner coming around, Scott Dunn and Joanne Brian Brown. And the other riders coming behind there, Scott Francis and Paul Fisher. So there they go, there's the winners. Keep the applause going for the rest of the boys as they come around on their slow down lap here. There they go then. Round of applause for all the boys. They've done a fantastic job. So let's run through them again. It was a win for 118. That was Scott Dunn and Joanne Brian Brown. 2nd, number 69, Scott Francis and Paul Fisher. 3rd, number 56, Mike Reed and Paul Lee. In 4th place, number 6, Sean Chick and Sarah Morton. In 5th place, number 156, Alan Morgan and Anders McFarlane. Winning time, 1 minute 31.20. 1 minute 31.20. Okay, right hand side car time, here we go. We have 118, Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. We have number 4, Neil Owen and Kevin Colborne. We have number 3, Lee Jones and Matt Winch. 91, Lee Hicks. Number 8, Phil Sims and Gareth Bannister. And we've got number 81, John Stafford and Del Page. That's the lineup for the right-hand sidecar open final. Off the line they go. Wayne Westaway plays on the inside. So it is 4, 118 and 3 in that order as they come by us. But Neil Owen from Buryport in West Wales with Kevin Colborne in the chair, already starting to pull away. And Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney with work to do here. They're in 2nd place. So Southern Centre champion, of course, he's taken that title. He's won the British left-hand title. He's won several awards around the country in his time, but it is Neil Owen who leads with Kevin Colborne pulling away now from Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. In that order. So number 3 going well, that's Lee Jones and Matt Winch on the steer Yamaha. They're in 3rd spot. And the final one straight instead of the Hicks, but that was on between Lee Hicks and John Stafford. John Stafford closing in on Lee Hicks. So the battle there now is for that 4th place. And John Stafford is going to try everything he possibly can to get by Lee Hicks. He closes in. John Stafford outside. Neil Owens taking victory. Wayne Westerway gets second. And 81. Right, let's give you the result of the right-hand side guys. They will be coming around for lap of honour, so give them a cheer. Number 4, Neil Owen and Kevin Colborne, the winners. Show your appreciation, everybody. We got the flag flying, I see as well. The Welsh flag's there. There we go then. Neil Owen, the victor, and Kevin Colborne. Number 3 did well. They came in 3rd place. But what about these other boys? Wayne Westerway and Mark Courtney, who came in 2nd place. Lee Hicks. And of course John Stafford and his passenger. So the result: to win for number 4, Neil Owen and Kevin Colborne. 2nd, 118, Wayne Westerway and Mark Courtney. In 3rd place, number 3, Lee Jones and Matt Winch. In 4th place, number 91, Lee Hicks. 5th, number 81, John Stafford and Del Page. In 6th place, number 8, Phil Sims and Gareth Bemister. Winning time was 1 minute, 33.19. 6-lap final, okay? 6 laps. Right, here we go. This one's sponsored by Henderson Bearings of Ringwood. Lee Hicks' passenger, by the way, was Phil Collier. Phil Collier was the passenger for Lee Hicks. Jarvis is the PA today, of course, a former Grasstrack rider himself. Here we go, this is the grand final. Who's going to take this? Well, we've got Tim Nobes and Wayne Barrett have got a good start there. Wayne Barrett, it is on the inside as they come round towards us. It's going to be very, very close indeed as they come down. Tim Nobes battling away for 3rd place at the moment, but what a start by Martin Sturgeon. He's not really been in the results all afternoon, but he's kept the best to last, and he's doing the business here. And he's got the block on right now. Martin Williams is I think this is going to be a sensational 6-lap final because both Martin Williams and Tim Nobes are closing in. Wayne Barrett's got the better on Martin Sturgeon, but look at Tim Nobes on the outside and Martin Williams on the inside. Tim Nobes goes wide, he slows up. Martin Williams is in the 2nd spot. Now he's after. One and two. Wayne Barrett and Martin Williams closing all the time up the front there. Martin Sturgeon still holding up 3rd place. Gareth Hickmott's next. As they come round, it's getting very, very close because it's Wayne Barrett with Martin Williams closing in. Martin Williams trying to slide underneath Wayne Barrett. Martin Sturgeon still holding 3rd. Gareth Hickmott's in 4th. Work to do, he's straight right in, he's lost a lot of ground. But up front with the yellow and black flag coming up, it is still Wayne Barrett and Martin Williams right there on the inside of it, and then they take the final lap. Wayne Barrett and Martin Williams, and then on these two as they go into the final 2 turns. And Martin is not going to catch Wayne Barrett. And Wayne Barrett, will he be able to hold his line as they come through towards the checkered flag? He will. Or will he? Yes, he does. It is Wayne Barrett who wins. Martin Williams is 2nd. Matt Etherington comes through for 3rd. Gareth Hickmott is 4th. Martin Sturgeon is 5th. Ron Mears is next, followed by David Durham and Steve Lee. Wasn't that sensational, everybody? I'm sure that you'll applaud these guys because that was absolutely incredible. Let's make as much noise as you possibly can, because that really was something fantastic for you. Show your appreciation. Okay, come round. Congratulations, of course, to Wayne Barrett and, well, Martin Williams also doing the business. Where is Martin? But anyway, absolutely superb. We'll give you the result in just a second. A win for number 23, Wayne Barrett. Second place, number 25, Martin Williams. In third place, number 5, Matt Etherington. In fourth place, number 17, Gareth Hickmott. In fifth place, number 15, Martin Sturgeon. Sixth was 151, Rob Meir. Seventh, number 47, David Durham. Eighth, 93, Steve Lee. Ninth was 186, Paul Oughton. 10th, 120, Dave Hammond. 11th, number 21, Tim Nobes. And in 12th place, number 117, Paul Derrick. The winning time, 2 minutes, 00.71 for the 6 laps.
Well, first of all, thanks very much to everybody for coming along today and supporting the Grasstracks and also supporting Naomi House Children's Hospice. We don't receive any government funding at all, and we need to raise £2.4 million every year to keep our hospice open. Now, when you break that down, that's actually £6,500 per day. So the money that you've raised today for us really will make such a huge difference. What does Naomi House do? Well, we are a dedicated children's hospice. We look after children who have life-limiting illnesses. So that means they're not going to reach adulthood. So our aim is that we want to pack a lifetime of fun and enjoyment into a very short time for our children. And I would like to invite every one of you here to come and visit us in September when we have our annual Open Day weekend. We have a family fun day, there's bouncy castle and lots of activities for everybody involved, so please do come down and see us. So from everybody at Naomi House, thanks ever so much for your support and thanks for raising money for us today. And I hope you all had a brilliant day. It looks like you did, so thanks very much indeed.
Thank you very much. So if you get a chance to support this young lady in her cause, please do. And right, now we go for the 350cc, and in fourth place it's Paul Derrick. Paul Derrick. Well done, Paul's here. If you jump on the roster when you got your award. In third place, Mike Peters. Well done. In second place, runner-up in the 350s, Chris Pay. And we got Chris, there's Chris, alright. And the winner of the 350, Matt Etherington. Matt Etherington. Oh, here you are, Matt.
He's so good.
Right, we jump on the rostrum there for a photo shoot. Bob's videos. And if I can just squeeze by. Another good day for you, both in the 350s and doing well in the 500s as well.
Yeah, it was good, like the rain and that, well, it wasn't so light and that, but at the end of the day, the truck was really good.
Yeah, you had to work hard when Jodie Hodgson got out in front of you in that wet weather.
Yeah, that was it. Just, keep plugging away there and I got it in the end.
Brilliant, well done.
Cheers.
There you go, Matt Etherington. Right, 500cc. And in fourth place, it was Gareth Hickmott. Gareth Hickmott. That's it, jump on the rostrum there. Come back, Matt Etherington, third place. And runner-up, Martin Williams. Martin tried hard, didn't succeed there, but you got second place. Well done, Martin. And the winner of the 500 Open, Wayne Barrett. Onto the rostrum there for photo from Mike Gordon taking a picture. We got Bob's videos capturing all the action on video and DVD. You know, that was like me going back in time 5 years to see you on the rostrum there and Martin Williams tucked in behind, because like St Austell Speedway all over again. Well done to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a few years ago, isn't it?
That's right, turn this way for the video. That's right, we were facing the wrong way there. You were certainly on form today. Martin Williams tried everything he possibly could, but you seem to know exactly where he was coming from.
I think it's a case of been around a while, I suppose, and you knew what sort of line to ride to sort of keep him back, and getting a bit tired near the end, to be honest, but done it in the end.
And of course, we don't see you now on Speedway anymore, so concentrating on the grass tracks, yeah?
Yeah, I sort of missed the Speedway, but just did the new rule they brought out, you know, it sort of put you out of place, and yeah, I'm certainly enjoying the grass.
Oh, that's right, you're too old now.
I don't know about that.
Wonderful. How's your shoulder? I didn't mean to bang you on the shoulder then. So you hurt yourself in Holland, didn't you?
Yeah, sort of upside down job at Holland, and hurt my shoulder. Was off work for 2 weeks. Went back on Friday, and here we are today. So
back on Friday, now winning races here. That's fantastic. Well done.
I better not complain on the way home, will I?
You better not. Anyway, congratulations, everybody. Wayne Barrett. Pre-75s in fourth place was Kevin Beer. You changed the colour of your leathers, you changed your racing number, and you really confused me, you do. Kevin Beer in fourth place. Well done, Kevin. On to the rostrum then. Oh, he's in the awards again. In third place, Will Tustin. We did a superb interview with Will Tustin for the DVD and video, didn't we, earlier, Mr. Ruffle? Yes, so Will Tustin third. Runner-up is John Wheatley. John Wheatley, here comes John.
I like children, really.
You didn't step on one when you walked through. Oh, that's good. John Wheatley then runner-up, and the winner, Dave Hammond.
Cheers to you, young. Thank you very much indeed. You want to step this way, young man? Yeah, come on. Cheers, mate.
I'd blatantly be faster.
Yeah, this guy, he lost his British Championship last week after holding it for 2 years, but well, you certainly kept the form for here, didn't you? Well done.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's been a good day today.
Now, I said on the mic that the wet won't bother you because you're used to it with the enduro racing, so you didn't mind when it rained, did you?
Normally I do, to be fair. I mean, I was crap in the wet when I was riding in enduros, but you know, it was okay today. Yeah, it's all right.
Brilliant. Well, congratulations on your victory.
Thanks very much.
Dave Hammond, everybody, round of applause. In the pre-58, in third place, it was Roger Elmore, one of your club members here. There you go. Rodney, sorry. What did I call you then? Roger, did I? Rodney Elmore, of course, in third place. In second place, it was Rob Wright from Western Supermare. Hiya, Rob. There you go. There's your award. And back on form again this week. He looked useless last week. Sorry. But Dave Abbott. Great to see you back. I got a phone with Dave. Where is he? Come on, Mr. Abbott, where are you? Where are we going? You get your award first. Didn't hear what I said, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, no. What was up with you last week? Because you weren't very good. This week you're back on form and you're winning.
I was absolutely rubbish one night. I came so close last week to giving up totally. I was just as much as I love the sport, as everybody knows, I could have just walked away from last week. It was that bad. And sort of had 3 or 4 bad meetings, and that was the combination that, like I say, I was very, very close to retiring.
But now you've changed your mind, and Janet's not here for you to listen to that, is she? Otherwise she'll make you retire.
That's right, yes. And what's a good crowd here? Do you think I should retire yet, everybody?
No, you don't want Dave Abbott to retire, do you? No, where's Will Tustin? He might. The vintage next, and in third place in the vintage it was Brian Cooper. Right, in second place, I don't know whether he's still here, he's going to go a long way, John Baldwin. Are you still here, John? Oh, you are, well done. There you go. Well done, John, I thought you'd be And the winner, oh, you can go where you want now, there's extra space. And the winner, my old friend Peter Clark. Come on, Peter. Oh, what about this? Now, later on we're going to see the youngsters, but I tell you what about these guys? All over 60 years, some of them 70, absolutely fantastic. That's it, give them a hand up. That's it, get some good pictures here of these guys. Well done, congratulations there, a win in the vintage class, and I thought you retired, you weren't there last week, but I'm glad to see you're back winning.
Oh yeah, I just about managed it again this time, you know, and thoroughly enjoyed it. A bit wobbly in the second race, but...
Was that when it was wet?
Yeah, but the last race I really went for it.
Brilliant, well congratulations, well done on your win. Peter Clark, show your appreciation everybody. Where's my bits of paper gone? Right, the 500cc upright is next, and in fourth place is Mike Tuckey.
Mike Tuckey.
Congratulations, well done, Mike. Now, Andy Thistle's had to go away and get away quickly, so Adrian McClure has agreed to come and pick up Andy Thistle's award. So, Adrian, you've got to come forward to pick up Andy Thistle's award. Andy came third. Adrian McClure, I was told you were going to... Ah, you're here. There you go. This is on behalf of Andy Thistle. Yeah, no worries, that's okay. The runner-up is that man again, Dave Hammond. Where he puts all these trophies, I do not know.
Thank you.
Well done, Dave. And the winner, oh, this is the rider I like to watch. When he comes from last to first, Andy Downs. Come on, Andy. You came from last to first in one of his races. That's right.
32 in the race.
Well, the others fell off. There we go, the pictures. Andy, you had a little bit of pressure today. They made you work hard for it, didn't they?
Yes, yeah, it was. You come here thinking it's going to be easy, and all of a sudden these young lads turn up on an old 350, and all of a sudden you're running second. It doesn't pay to be complacent in this sport.
I prefer it when you come from the back, especially when you go out wide.
Yeah, but Lou doesn't like it when I go wide.
Don't you, Lou?
Oh no. As soon as I lost that third win, I knew that the biggest problem I had was coming back in the pits and facing the music. So I faced the music and tried to put it right for the final, and I think he's happy now.
And you were on your Betty Coffin special?
I was, as always, the best bike in the club, I'd say.
Fantastic.
Getting a bit of a reputation out of that bike. People start to know it from all over the place, and it puts a little bit back in the sport. It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Fantastic. Well done. Congratulations.
Thanks, Ed.
Andy Downs, everybody. Show your appreciation. The right-hand sidecars, incredible performers, and in fourth place was Lee Hicks and Phil Collier. They come all the way from Cornwall. They've done the business here. Well done, boys. Fourth place. Your rewards, gentlemen. In third place, it was Lee Jones and Matt Winch. Runner-up, Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. Your awards there. Well done, chaps. And the winner of the sidecars from Wales, Neil Owen, and his passenger Kevin Colborne. I thought you had a Welsh flag draped over you. Where is it? Where's your flag then?
Oh, it's been put away.
Right, if you jump on there for a quick picture. Oh, there's the flag. There's the flag. He always has the Welsh flag on.
And no blowing your nose in this now.
Wayne Westaway, you won't blow your nose in it, will you? Not in the Welsh flag?
Yeah, very well. Before you ask me any questions, Kevin now has been dying. He wants to give first-hand impression how he passengers me. Here's Kevin.
Go on then. What are you going all quiet for me, Kevin?
Well, I really like speaking in front of people.
We've got a few people speaking here. We had a good day. We enjoyed today.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I mean, we're back on winning form now, so hopefully with Swaggy coming up, we should give it a good go and then the Masters qualifier.
Good luck to you, Kevin. Good luck. You did all right talking in front of all these people. And of course, well, you got no problem with you talking, is there?
No, it's the understanding they have problems with.
What happened in the wet then? What happened in the ride you had in the wet? You weren't quite so good. Don't they have any rain in West Wales?
No, well, we've been practicing all at home in this lovely weather we got. Going on the track, piddling around with the throttle is not my style, so I'm just waiting for the sun to come out.
Brilliant. Well done, everybody. Neil Owen and Kevin Colborne. Sensational. In third place, it was the old veteran here, Mike Reed and Paul Lee. Remember his brother riding Speedway? Somebody you heard of, yeah? Well done, boys.
Thank you.
So they're in third place. In second place, Scott Francis and Paul Fisher. What are you doing with him?
He's hit it first.
Oh, here he is. Well done, boys. Better than last week, eh?
Oh, yes.
Fantastic. And the winners, undefeated today, Scott Dunn and Joanne Brian Brown. Right, before you go, gentlemen, sorry, Scott, come forward. Hillary, Pete Langren has donated a bottle of wine for the fastest time of the day. He knew he wouldn't actually get the fastest time.
Yeah.
So you've won the fastest time, so you've also got a bottle of wine there as well, so celebration time. Where's your red hair?
He's teetotaling.
It's changing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bright red last year. Right, the pictures then. Mike Gordon there taking the action shots. Well, there was no stopping you today, was there?
No, we've had a good day today. We don't normally go well anyway. Today it's just clicked. It's showing me 7 days too late for me, really.
You made it look very easy today, both of you, didn't you?
Oh, I don't know about easy. It's never easy, is it? Well, I don't.
And of course, was it October last time I saw you carted away, wasn't it? Last time I saw you ride, was that the Oval? Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see you back on form and racing again this year.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to doing it all again next week.
Fantastic, I'm sure you will. Congratulations, well done on your win.
Cheers now.
There you are, Scott and Joanne. There's a souvenir picture. I'm sure you're very pleased. Thank you all very much, everybody, for your support. Well done. Thank you. Third place, who want now? Third place, Kenny Bowdry.
You know you went wrong, and then you walked away.
He's gone, is he? Kenny's gone, so we don't have Kenny. So have we got the second place one? Kieran Hicks. Right, so That's it. Oh, right, there you go.
Is that his? Has he got a medal as well?
No, you've just got the trophy. Yeah,
That's your one.
there you go.
Keep that now.
There you
Oh, he does get a medal as well.
Right, and there we go to the winner. The winner is Ashton Ware. There you go.
Matt, it's got a medal as well, hasn't it? Right.
So we got the pictures, we got the video shots. There we go, thank you very much. Round of applause for the boys, the autos. Now we go to the cadets, and with a medal, we've got Aaron Bell. We'll come on to the top 4 in a minute. Aaron Bell. No. James Reed. You got a medal to come, James? If you stand just here, they'll take a picture of you in a minute. Want you, Michael? Yeah. And also getting a medal, Jed Collins. So a medal for Jed. Now we come on to the 4th place one, Tyler Govier in 4th place. Yeah, cadets. Tyler Govier's gone as 8th, he's got his award. 3rd place was James Shanes. Well done, James. And in 2nd place, the runner-up was number 13, Nathan Stoneman. He hasn't got his Welsh flag either, has he? And then the winner was Edward Evans. That's it, keep your cheers going.
Can you come around this way? In front? In here. Oh no, a little bit further that way. That's it. That's it, further.
Smile, Jet. Cheese. Shut up.
Okay, back.
Thanks.
Do you want to talk to me, Edward? Do you want to talk to me? No? Just thought I'd check. Right, the medals then. These are all the riders with the medals. We want Darren Drew. Lee Cutler. Lee Cutler. Lee Cutler, I suppose Adrian was in a hurry to get to the pub, was he? Lee Cutler. Jack Jones. Jack here. Let's keep the applause going. Danny Boyle. Hey, it's like yours, Matt. Lawrence Barber. Where's Lawrence Barber? Gone. Perry Bullock. And Josh Dingle. He's gone, we've got a long way to go, hasn't he? Cornwall. Right, now we come on to the top 4 with the trophies. In 4th place, it was Danny Drew. Where is he then, hey? Where's Danny?
He's in the van.
In the van? Come on, Danny! Well done. In 3rd place, Matthew Saul. Right, there he's gone. So we now move on to the top 2, and it was decided on a runoff. And in 2nd place, it was Craig Drury. Well done, Craig. And the winner, Darryl Richings. There we go, on to the rostrum.
Just kneel down.
That's it, Mike. Put them in order. Well done.
Right. Excellent.
Matt Ford wants you to take your top off because he's a pool man and you've got a Swindon Speedway jacket on.
Okay, cheers.
You thought I wouldn't repeat that, didn't you? Right, so now we move on to the intermediates. And for medals, we got Carl Langren. Mark Johnston. He's gone as well. Liam Durays. Yeah. Bradley Newland. Bradley here? No. Chesney King.
He's gone home.
He's gone home. Chris Mo Watts. There you go. Keep the applause going, everybody. The crowd's diminished a bit, so you have to make more noise now. And number 32 is in 4th place, so he's into the trophies. Danny James. Have I got that right? It's Danny, isn't it? Daniel James. In 3rd place, Declan Richings. In 2nd place, Stefan Maunder. And the winner, Charlie Saunders. If you're thinking of riding for Swindon Speedway, Charlie, watch it because Matt Ford's here doing a scouting mission to keep an eye on you. So some of these riders are going to be riding for Poole and Swindon and Reading, etc. soon, aren't they?
I certainly hope so, yeah.
Especially when we're getting on, some of them.
It's about time we had some come through from Grasstrack, it'd be great.
Excellent.
Senior A now, and in 2nd place we just got 2. It's Matt Keane. That's it, Matt Keane. Was there a 2nd place trophy because there was only 2 of them? If the 1st and the 2nd of the cadets are still here, if they could come back and see Hillary, please. And the winner is Alex Evans.
Gaming me all these Swindon people, man. That's it.
Edward Evans and Nathan Stoneman, if you could please see Hillary. Do you want to talk to me? Do you want to talk to me now? I don't going to be talking to Charlie either because he won't talk to me, will you? Well, anything else you'd like to say on behalf of the club, Chris? Hillary? No? Well, I'll say it myself. Thank you very much, everybody, for your wonderful support here. And don't forget, of course, 14th of August, it all happens again. Thank you to Jackie for the Naomi Hospice. And also thank you to Matt Ford from Poole Speedway. Give them a round of applause, everybody. We'd like to wish you all a safe journey home. Thank you very much and good night.